hello. And yes, the title date is wrong. My friend Kevin Hodges just told me. Someone's trying to enter the studio and there's full of 10 people. Yeah, I think we are full right now. If I promised anybody else a spot, we will get them a spot. They have to private message me on Facebook, but we are full, brothers and sisters, as of right now. However, that will change at 10 o'clock because someone has to leave. But yes, I said 1:15. I don't know why I said 1:15. That's what I said. It's not true. We are here for another Creators Hangout. This is the second one of 2023. We're going to do a whole bunch of stuff. We're going to promote a whole bunch of really cool people. We're going to get as many people on as we can. StreamYard only allows 10 people, but we will make sure that you guys get all the information. We've got tons of really cool Kickstarter books to promote and talk about, and we want you all to be able to read them, check them out, have a great time. So first thing, before I get to any of that stuff, it's Lori. Lori, we will get you on in just a minute. We'll have to figure that out. I don't know how we overbooked, but Lori, you will be on here because Caleb has to go early because he has a situation, but we'll talk about that in a minute. But first things first, we're going to talk about books that I have out because it's my show, and I'm going to talk a little bit of my stuff. Sorry, sue me, but I'm not going to try to sell you any Kickstarter, so it's going to be okay. Can you guys just mess with Lori, tell her I'll get her? So we've got this. We've got Granite State Punk Breaking Edge. That is coming out. That is out. If you haven't got it in your mailbox, it's coming soon. If you want to pick up one, go to the website. Holiday Spirits 2 also came out. We'll get it. It'll be sent to you. It's coming. We just got them. They're dope. Coins of Judas just came out yesterday. Very, very, very good book. I'm super excited about it. If you did not pick it up at your local comic store, you clearly hate me. And I don't know why you'd be watching my stream. That doesn't make any effing sense. But hey, more power to you. But that's it. That is what's going on. That's what's going on with me. I'm going to invite all these crazy guests with me. We even have people knocking on the door going, hey, what's up? Lori, get in the chat so we can talk to you. We've got a Geek Collective saying, what's up? We've got Johnny Fitz saying, not staying long, but hope everyone is doing okay. We got Andrea, where he says, in an hour. No, well, you don't have to come in an hour. I'll get you before an hour. Chill. Just chill. All right. First, we got Charlie. Charlie, Spider Squirrel. How are you, good sir?
Hey, I'm great, man. Good to be back on here. I appreciate you.
Yeah, no, we're going to have a wild night. We're going to go over everybody's campaigns. We're going to talk about everything, make sure everybody is hunky-dory and everything is great.
Hunky-dory.
Hunky-dory. I'm going to write you down on my list. We're not going to look at your stuff yet, but if you can do me a favor and private message that, everyone who is listening in the background, if you guys can do that. Charlie is a great creator, creates a lot of books, mostly ones with spider squirrels. Yes, I'm enjoying a twisted tea. We're going a little crazy tonight. Original blend. Charlie and I though have been known to drink some stouts together. So
yeah. I can get in trouble. I actually decided not to drink tonight just so I didn't drop a bunch of F-bombs or just be really rude and callous. That's not me anymore.
Wow. Well, that's going to really offend Alan Dunford because Alan really likes people to embarrass himself.
Yeah. Well, I do it enough for myself that I figure everyone else should it just should be kind of easy. Right.
Right.
Yeah.
I got you, brother. Don't worry. I said all kinds of stupid stuff, so you're fine.
All right, we've also got Trevor. Trevor is a newcomer here. Trevor from Area 51 has got a cool comic book live on Kickstarter, all 6 issues.
Thank you for having me, good sir.
Yes.
Don't say that yet.
I've got my trusty totem of power to protect.
Oh, there you go. This guy represents. He buys. Oh, there you go. See? And Alan's like, I've never bought any of his books. See?
Wait, you make comics? This is the weirdest. I'm just finding out a lot of stuff today.
Right.
That's the guy with the short boxes in the background.
Yeah. Don't look at those. I don't know what those are. Yeah.
We got Dave and another Travis here, which is going to get things very confusing. But that's going to make it easy for Lori to come on because I'll just kick the other Travis because there can only be one. I've watched Highlander. I know what's up.
Thank you for having us.
Yeah. Welcome. All right. Richard Fairgraves is here.
Hello.
How are you?
Well, I was sitting here trying to make some Coins of Judas fan art to show up Trevor.
I
But
came too fast soon, huh?
I got as far as Coins of Judd. So I don't think I can convince you that it's official, I guess.
No, it's official. It's fine. Yeah, you probably just went through Tyler. It's okay. I know you and Tyler are very close, so that'll work out fine. We've got. Let's bring some of the big guns in here. Pat Shan is in the house. How are you, good sir? See, he knows what's up.
Also, I have a book by my friend Raven Gregory, and
Yeah, exactly. You know how to do it. I did not mean to minimize you there.
That was a good mic drop moment.
That was a good mic drop.
All right. We've got, who else we've got here? The other big boy, Clay Adams. So from what I understand, I'm not giving any details to what I'm about to say, but from what I hear, cease and desist orders happen when Clay Adams does stuff. Like, that's how badass he is.
I can neither confirm nor deny.
But that's what I hear from the grapevine. And for anybody listening who's concerned about that, I did not hear from any of Clay Adams' party, for the record.
I can only imagine who you heard that from. But, it's all true, and I'm not guilty.
Right. All right. We're gonna slow it down a minute. The Mario is in the house. Chris Moses, Mario. For those who don't know, he does comic books as well, but better known as a Super Mario Bro. If you could only get one, which I chose to only get one, you get Mario. Why would you choose Luigi?
I mean, I definitely am the superior super comic book bro, and thanks for having me on, Mr. Old Guard Gibb.
Yes, thank you. Proud to be an old guard. And we've got Caleb. How are you, Caleb? You have a mute.
You're muted, Caleb. No,
Maybe he sounds like that.
no, Caleb.
He's
Hit
chewing
that
on
unmute button.
Now
Sorry.
you're in.
There you are. There she is.
I was
All right.
chomping. I just got back from the gym because I wanted to flex on Alan. So I was eating.
The level of disrespect.
Of eating and going to the gym, like that's a weird disrespect.
I'm good. Thanks for having me on as always. I'm a little insulted that I wasn't introduced as one of the big boys. You said let's bring the big boys on, and then you said Pat, and I was like, who the fuck is that?
Right. That happens a lot. Here, do you want me to organize people in importance of my life? Is it
Oh, God.
Yeah, go ahead and make a list of your favorites.
Yeah,
Just
please.
do it that way.
yeah, the MySpace top 8. Do that.
Yeah.
I think that'll work. But you've told me some stuff going on personally. I'm not going to air them. But what we're going to do is we're going to get Caleb in and out so we can get Lori because I overbooked. So we're going to get him in and out. But his backers are more important than anybody else's backers. So we're going to do that at the same time. So does anybody have an issue with Mr. Caleb going first and getting his stuff and handling his business? Because he's got a lady friend and he kind of likes her and he's got to take care of her tonight.
If we did have an issue with it, like, do you think any of us would say it when we know that he goes to the gym? Like, that's terrifying.
Yeah, he goes to the gym. Like,
Right,
that's
punching or
really the
anything.
No,
I
so
would- I'm 6'3". I'll just outreach him.
So my fiance fell skiing. It was pretty badass. Last night we were up on a mountain and she fell and hurt herself. And so I'm taking care of her, and I got some shit going on there. But she's okay. She survived. But that's the deal. But so thanks for letting me cut in front of all you less important comic book creators.
Right, exactly. So when I said the biggest person in comics, it was clearly Caleb.
Bro,
You're in
right.
diamond for one day.
you've been watching too many of my videos. You sound like me, bro.
All right, so let's get Caleb up here first. We're gonna give him a pitch, and then Caleb, you don't. Normally, I make you suffer for me to get your backers, but you can actually take the F off. You've got the best of both worlds. And for those who don't know, Caleb's actually a good friend of mine. We hang out. We used to talk on the regular, but he started talking to Mike Tenner, and he doesn't talk to me anymore.
Wow.
Pretty much most of the negative things in my life do start and end with Mike Tenner. We should probably address that at some point, Mike Tenner, if you're watching. But Caleb.
You got, are you putting me up on the screen here?
Yeah. Tell us about this shenanigans. And we're going to get you 2 backers here tonight, at least.
Okay. This is a reprint. I am being very lazy. This is a book that I already did before, but it's a new shiny edition. I am stealing an idea from Kaylin Smith from like about 5 years ago, just straight up lifting it. She did a Kickstarter gold reprint of Plume #1, and I'm just doing that. So this is Unicorn Vampire Hunter Plume #1. But I'm just kidding. It's a silver edition. It's a silver cover of you got some alerts at the top, man. You got that red banner.
Yeah, let's see what's going on.
That's
let's see
that's triggering.
Someone wants a holiday spirits reward because I haven't even missed my deadline yet, but that's fine. And then I gotta fill out a couple of surveys.
All right, so I'm doing this is a silver edition, so it's a #1, and it's like part of Kickstarter's Make 100. But if you wanted the 100, you missed out. There 100 copies were numbered, and the rest are not numbered. That's the difference. But anyway, you can still get it. It's a silver metallic cover, so it's not a metal cover. It's like a holographic cover, but it's silver, and it's a virgin cover, but with this Matthew Warlick art. It's really cool, and it's just the first issue of my extremely successful comic book Unicorn Vampire Hunter, which is coming out through Scout in March, but has been Kickstarter published, and you can get issue 1 through 5. And if you haven't read it, it's about a unicorn who kills vampires with his horn, and has friends, and they have adventures together.
Sounds pretty simple. So I have put you down at 132, $5,100. So that's what we're going to try to get you, and I'm not going to leave until I get it. But Caleb, please take care of that lovely woman for you, because we've got to get Lori in here because there is way too many dicks. It's not you.
You're kicking me out early. Okay.
Oh, I'm kicking you out. Like Dave was supposed to come by himself, and he brought an extra penis, and it messed up my whole ratio of what my plan was.
Okay. Well, I will be watching. I'll be keeping a close eye on you, and I will harass you in between my duties.
Yes, and we need this. Again, we need some pledges. So please, we only got 3 days to go on this. We need to get some money. I'm going to yell at you guys big. And actually, guys, let's go over what I'm going to do today. I'm going to do something I've never done before. Oh, shit. I'm not going to do that right now. I'll do that in a little bit because it's not right next to me. But I'm going to give away something. If we get all our pledges and people say, hey, I pledge, I'm going to write you down, and we're gonna give away something. So it's pretty cool.
Before I go, I'm jumping the gun a little bit, but I want to send a very important message to anyone listening and all the people on the stream, which is that you should back Pocus Hocus #5, which is the greatest comic book on Kickstarter right now, and it's probably the greatest comic book that's going to be on Kickstarter this year. So check it out right now. That's the most. Don't even back my book. Back Pocus Hocus. That's my message. All right. And also, I don't know, Pat Shan probably has some shit. Maybe check that out. All right. All right. Have a good night, everybody.
Right.
Bye.
Lori, if you're watching, come on in. I apologize. I don't know how I overbooked, but we're going to figure it out, and I'm excited to get you here.
Spicy ass Caleb tonight.
Yeah.
It's because I'm kicking him off, and I'm being mouthy. You know how I am. Keeping it geekly here.
I thought he made a lot of sense.
Yeah,
I thought everything he said made a lot of sense.
Yeah, that makes sense. There's a lot of spots for Lori. All right, we'll bring Alan back. All right, Lori. I don't know what happened, but we got rid of Caleb because he's out here murdering vampires with unicorns. I mean, he doesn't deserve to get his comic promoted. So I apologize if that happened.
Is the horn made of wood?
I think all horns are made of wood, right? No? What are horns made out of? Bone?
Hair?
Horny stuff.
Hair, right? Someone said hair.
Mostly
It's
bone.
hair, yeah.
It's mostly bone?
Yeah, it's
Mostly bone.
osseous tissue, so it's like the same thing that bones are made out of, ostensibly.
Maybe adamantium.
That too.
I mean, if they're coated with it, but
Maybe it's got like a wood veneer, like it's a 70s kitchen vampire hunter.
Caleb confirmed it's not made of wood, damn it.
Shit. Those vampires are going to come right back.
I can make the rules of my own world.
All right. So, Lori, how are you? I apologize that happened. I almost upgraded my account on StreamYard like it was getting bad. But I'm glad you're here.
I'm happy to be here. Thank you for letting me in. I'm sorry, Caleb.
No, don't be sorry for Caleb. He was here last week when I talked about the Scout Book. He's got all of my stuff. He gets all my attention all the time. You know those giraffe things that he does? He only does them because I harass him. I'm not sure if that's a blessing, but only because I talk about it and want more. But we need to move on. So we're going to start at the top. Get everybody's numbers. You need to do a quick pitch, guys. 30 seconds. Charlie, we're going to talk about you and the Spider Monkey. Why do you always try to sell us the same book? What's going on?
I've got another book. There are other books out there. There's more coming. In fact, actually, this one leads into a couple of them. So,
okay.
So you want a 30-second pitch. So you've got buddy cop action comedy, Spider Squirrel, Trash Panda. We take nothing seriously. It was a great way to showcase a bunch of other indie creators. My character bounces through their universe. So a bunch of little interstitial stories. But we do wrap up in this one. Not only is it a collected edition, but I'm adding 10 extra pages of an epilogue that bridges volume 1 into volume 2. I'm not just out for cash, so we will reprint those 10 pages in volume 2, issue 1, but you want to buy this anyway because it's got 2 badass covers. There's one of them from Scott McDaniel, Laurie Foster, and Elmer Santos, who is currently coloring Wildcats for DC. So great cast of creators, maybe even including me. And a bunch of cool shit you can get in this campaign, including some of the books that they're spinning out of this first volume.
Yeah, no, it's really good, and lots of indie rewards too. Like if you're a digital comic person, you're gonna get tons.
Yeah, we're encroaching on 11 books from a couple of folks who offered those up to me. So we have 11 more books about to be released if we can hit that $6,000 mark.
Wow.
When we hit the $6,000 mark.
When we hit it, yes. All right, so you are at 5,790 right now, 186 backers. I think we can get you at least 2 more, get you to a nice 188. And I think we're gonna go I'm gonna only get you to 5,800. I believe you'll get more, but I'm gonna be conservative because there's so many people. But that's our goals tonight. We're gonna hit that up. We're gonna make sure that people back and know about it tonight.
Thanks, Cody.
What we got Armin saying, where is he? Where is Pat Shan? Pat Shan's here. Like, come on, calm down. And Charlie is legit Ninja Warrior.
You can't see him,
right? There. You happy? There's full Pat Shan in all his glory.
Yeah, let's just talk and don't even show the campaigns. Let's just keep Pat there.
Keep me up, and you guys keep going. All right.
That looked just like my Periscope account. Weird.
All right. So let's skip around a little bit. I want Alan next.
You don't want that.
I want Alan next. Alan, tell us. You've only done like 5 books, and though you've done them like in 2-month periods, right? Like we have to buy a new Hocus every month, right? It's
just about. Yeah. We're getting to that point. Yeah, this is chapter 5 in Pocus, and we just finished Grandma Chainsaw issue 1. And that's going to be our next one. But we're not talking about that. We're talking about Pocus Hocus.
You didn't send me the link. Oh, my.
What? Alan. You have it. You bet. Oh, God.
Just because I backed it, you keep talking, and I will do the work for you.
No, I'm doing it right now.
Follow instructions, man.
Oh,
I got it, man. Don't worry about it. I don't want to trouble you.
Jeez, old Pete. Pocus Hocus is a Faustian tale about a magician who sells his soul to a demon to have actual magical powers, and like all this stuff, it doesn't go as he planned. So now it's the quest for him to get it back. And we go to hell. Who doesn't love doing that stuff, right?
Hey, I'm really sorry. I have to cut in for 2 seconds. I bought Pocus Hocus, and it's absolutely fantastic.
Oh, thank you.
Your work, like I didn't know you were going to be on this. Like, I'm seriously like fangirling out a little bit right now. Like, I love your work. I'm so glad you're here. Anyway,
thank you. Yeah, I appreciate it. Now I'm speechless. I didn't expect to actually get that. But no, we're really happy with how everything's been going with the series so far and the reception. Thank you. And yeah, this is a big milestone for us because we finally got a chance to start our second arc, and we're just excited for everyone to see where we take this fun, crazy story.
All right, so Alan, you are at. Let's see, and it looks like Tina Reed's going to jump on. So we're gonna. Actually, I got to start getting these posts in the chat. So hold on. As well, I got to get all these things so people can start backing them. I have not done that yet. So Pocus Hocus, let's talk. Your numbers are right now 3,597 with 127 backers. I think we can get you to 130 tonight.
I think we can do that too.
I like to get even numbers, by the way, guys. So if you can somehow get yourself at an uneven, I'll try to get you an extra backer. Just spoiler alert. Yes.
But if we do scroll down a little bit, we actually did put Caleb in the book, and he's on the preview pages for us.
So Caleb, so let me get this straight, and I want to be clear. You've given me credit for part of your success because I was such a big fan and got you on all my shows.
Yeah.
But Caleb's made the book.
Hang on, keep going. We're almost there. Yeah, and there he is. Scroll right there.
Look, sure.
There's Caleb.
Wow. All the work and all the things I've done for you. All right. Well, that's fine. That's fine. I even met you in real life, gave you sage-like advice, treated you like a brother. That's why Richard is my favorite now, because he doesn't betray people. He's loyal.
So far.
That's the best response you could have given.
You can't trust me. My eyes are wobbling.
All right, so let's get some of these shared. By the way, if you guys can share them in the chat, and by the way, share that you're on here. That helps get us views and all that, because I have to work really hard and yell at people to back you guys very soon. And the less work I have to do makes me happy. All right,
I feel that.
all these are coming through. Hold on, Brady, Caleb, can you post stuff in the chat, please? That would be great. All these wonderful books. They are coming through on YouTube. Who else did I do? I did Charlie. I did your book. Where did it go? Spider Squirrel. So next up on my list, I have Trevor. How are you, Trevor?
I'm good, man. Chilling. Getting ready to run myself out to Queens for a signing this weekend.
I saw that. You know, you're from New England, right?
I am, Connecticut.
We're not allowed to go to New York. They don't like us. We've made it very clear over the years.
But I kind of like it there.
But they took Babe Ruth, and we're still mad about it. I know it was way long ago, but we're still mad.
You know, I'll let you use the royal we. You know what?
Okay.
I can accept that for sure.
All right. I don't like a single person from New York, so I'll be honest.
Oof.
Travis Gibb, firm but fair.
So we're not getting any New York backers tonight, is what I'm hearing.
I lost your campaign too. What am I doing here? I'm not good at this. It's too many people. Lori's here, and I upset her, and I'm gonna have to apologize and write. And I gotta apologize in writing because she's classy, so I can't just make up. I have to write it, and she knows I can just whip up like a quick live. That's not going to be good enough. I need to mean it.
I think the most intimidating thing about Lori is that she has a ring light behind her, implying that she could just turn around and be on another live stream anytime she wanted.
What a baller move.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true. And I'm basically in a mystery cave. You don't know where I am. I could be anywhere.
That's smart.
That's fair.
All right. So we've got 130 backers here. I am going to get you to 132. And I think we can get you to 73.50. I think that's a good goal for that. And Trevor, you and I don't really have a relationship, right? Unlike most of these guys, you and I haven't spent a lot of time together, even though we're both New Englanders.
Yeah.
Why have you been avoiding me?
Listen, man, you're just not going where I'm going, and that it sounds like it's going to change as of MegaCon.
Okay, all right.
But we're also linked by the one and only Kyle Willis, of whom I got this rad Coins of Judas cover from.
It's true, and I love the Kyle Willis. So,
see, at least you know we might not have been able to associate, but I'm a man of taste.
All right. Speaking of people who have good taste, Lori, everybody she signs is fantastic. Let's go to Lori's Finding D. You want to tell us a little bit about that tonight?
Yeah. All right. It's probably a little different compared to everything else here, but Finding D is basically, it's a weekly webcomic by Dee Fish, who's writing and drawing it. Her work is absolutely amazing, and it's about trying to make it as a cartoonist in comics as a transgender woman, navigating that labyrinth of bullshit. And on the campaign, we're offering all kinds of stuff. Hardcover edition, softcover edition. We've got really cute enamel pins. Dee's now also offering remarked editions, so you can get an awesome sketch. The book is full of awesome geeky and nerdy references. If you like Star Trek, if you like comics, if you like anything like that, it's a blast.
I have a lot of
That's a great.
Free, apparently.
There's a reason that page is there. It's amazing.
Right. I like these nice puns too. These are nice. The delicious, the delirious, the acceptable, vitamin D.
Thank you. I think I've driven Dee crazy in making all of those, but I think she's on board with it now.
But yeah, this is it.
Yeah, I think I tried to go fast because we're trying to go fast here. I'm trying not to step on anybody's toes, but yeah, we got it's going to be about 120 pages, perfect bound. It's going to be a really beautiful book, full color, funny, touching, emotional. It's awesome.
Well, I'm going to try to get you to 4,375 with 110 backers. That's my goal tonight. We're going to try to get you 2 backers, see what we can do. And we're going to yell at people.
And if it doesn't work, I'll blame Caleb.
Right. No, absolutely, Caleb.
Okay.
100%. Those unicorns are very stressful and cause issues.
Exactly.
Oh no, you insulted.
I'm not even going to explain that.
How did I become Travis' assistant? This was what I signed up. This is exactly what you signed up for. It's part of friendship, man. Like, we got to look out for each other, and you're looking out for me right now. All right, got that posted up. We got a lot of people watching. By the way, comment back, show support. We've got 22 people watching right now, which is great. We appreciate. We love all you guys. Thank you for hanging out. Got a lot of pitches to go. We're gonna go with my new best friend in comics. That is Richard. Richard, how are you?
I'm good. I'm like emotionally exhausted from like the most buck wild week of not leaving this room. Actually, like
okay.
I have been from this room to the bathroom and then to pick up food deliveries at my door, and that is kind of it, because I've been like interviewing and refreshing my screen. This is my first Kickstarter, so I'm like slowly losing my mind. And like a very clever boy, I decided to do a memoir that would be incredibly emotionally revealing, so that I had to really wallow in who I was as a terrible person 6 years ago the whole time.
Well, that's nice.
Yeah, no, it's been great. So this is Octopus, a memoir of flailing. It is a 144-page comic memoir that covers an 18-month period of my life, where I had 7 major turning points, and I hope became a better person. It is all about sex clubs, divorce, a suicide attempt where I tried to steal a boat, toxic friendships, sloppy misadventures, a lot more sex clubs, a lot of poppers, and trying not to turn into an octopus at the same time.
That sounds like a Rat Stand weekend.
Wow, yeah.
So it's a lot. I have the proof copy of the book arrived, so that I have like a nice thing that I can prove how big and heavy and thick it is. But it's
let's see that.
Let's see that. I thought you traded that the other night.
No. I've still got this beautiful thing with. Look how thick that is.
That's nice.
Yeah. So I got this, and I'm doing all kinds of fancy shit. I'm like leaning into all of it. I've never done the Kickstarter thing before. This is my 270th book. But I've done everything else, like self-publishing and through cons in the old days, and then through like the book market and through larger or mid-sized publishers for the past 6 years. So this is a fun time.
Yeah, we've got some great people. We've got Daniel Martinez in the house. He's my co-writer for No Contest. We've got David Hazan from Nottingham. So we've got some celebs coming in and saying hi.
What was Daniel's question for Richard?
Daniel wants to know how thick it is, and that's important for him. He wants to know how thick it is.
It's not that thick, but it is perfectly formed.
Okay.
Good answer.
But all right, Lori, those surveys just came in today. I'm not behind. They just came in today. And David said, look how big a thick it is. Okay, Richard. Symmetry is key. But yeah, so we need to get him 2 backers, and we actually, you know what? It's his first Kickstarter. I'm gonna work my extra magic, and we're gonna go for 4 on him.
All right.
I mean, he's used to 4 from what I hear at a time, right?
Is this? I forgot you were in that conversation.
So we're gonna try to go to 28. I'm gonna work extra hard. We're gonna see what we can do for Richard tonight because this is his first Kickstarter. We want
and you're getting a whole book. Oh, I want to. Can I like highlight my favorite reward that I have? Because
Sure.
There's a lot of poppers use in the book.
Okay.
I've made a fake bottle of poppers for people. If you're a straight person, you don't know what that is. It's a liquid aroma that you sniff, and it makes you fucking horny as shit, and relaxes certain.
Why
muscles.
would you need that?
So that's what I bought.
It relaxes certain muscles, Travis.
Oh, okay.
If you understand your butthole. Like the 4-finger discussion we had the other night.
Right. Sure.
The time I met Jim Henson. So I made a fake bottle of poppers that has a code, a QR code for the full digital book with like an expanded version of the digital book because the poppers are all about expansion. And then like 250 pages of weird back catalog shit, including my horny Blastosaurus story that has never been published in America, where my co-writer Paul Lighting fucks Blastosaurus because it turns out he's a Triceratops.
I'm sorry. Can I have a follow-up question? Just a sidebar.
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah.
I'm sorry. You have a story about Jim Henson and poppers and a butthole and 4 fingers?
No, we were talking the other night about sometimes someone has 4 fingers up your ass, and I made the joke that like I never want to be fisted, but if Jim Henson wanted to do it to me, I would have to accept it because of the thematic synergy. Also, I would let Statler and Waldorf hollow me out.
Right. It's true. I see, Richard. I'm a straight man, but I love Magneto. So therefore, if Ian McKellen, I'd have to like if I really love Magneto, like I need to prove it, right?
Travis, when we are not in a public forum, remind me to tell you my Ian McKellen story.
Permission to be there.
Other people have horrible stories at parties. Clay Adam, how are you?
How's it going?
What's going on with you? I heard you got some sexy books too, huh?
Everyone else is jumping and being like, "So I've got a book for 6-year-olds."
Yeah, we only have kids' books after this.
I do want to say, as long as we're fangirling over people, I'm a huge Richard Fairgrave fan, and so I'm very excited for Octopus. So I was excited by how thick it is. You don't have to apologize for it.
It's no corn cob.
It did well.
I mean, you
it's
know,
close. What were we talking about?
Hey, hold on. Before we move on, I do want to say about Richard's campaign, I noticed something. This kind of thing is so cool when you see creators really involved in Kickstarter, even as they're launching their first one. Richard, I noticed under your account it says first created, 95 backed. That's great.
Yeah, that's a man.
That shows that you're a patron of the arts on Kickstarter, and I think that creates a good amount of goodwill within the community for you.
Well, it's a combination of 2 things. 1, I have a lot of friends who make comics. 2, they then link me to other people who make comics. And then the big part is I got in a fight with a comic store, so I had to get comics from somewhere.
Yeah.
Oh. See, that seems like a Richard story, like Richard being banned from a comic store. That makes
No, I'm not banned. They just owe me $13,000.
Oh, fair enough.
Yeah.
You can't get it in credit because that's a lot of comics. All right, let's talk about this. This number 2. You can get 2 books on this because it's the number 2. Tell us about it, Clay.
That's right, baby. Yeah. Oh, I recognize this project. This is Blazing Blade of Frankenstein 1 and 2. It's sword and sorcery meets gothic horror as Frankenstein battles monsters for the fate of a savage land. And it's got some beautiful art there by Kyle Roberts and Ilaria Kioka. They did the main cover and then that beautiful preview there. It's sort of like Frankenstein meets Conan the Barbarian.
Wow.
Lots of fun stuff. That's our new issue there, issue 2.
I love this new trend in like old school like coloring. I love it. I think it looks great. I'm loving it.
Ilaria is fantastic. She just makes everything look beautiful. And you're scrolling by the variant covers there. So our main image is by Steph C. That's that one right there. That's just an awesome image that I was so stoked.
So sick.
Yeah, when she sent that over.
She's
And
so
then-
good, man.
Yes.
Like I just started working with her on something, and it blows my mind not only how talented she is, but how professional she is
Yep,
too.
and fast. She's so fast.
So
yeah. She was great to work with, and Tina Valentino. This is my second dance with Tina. She did a cover for another book of mine, and she came back to do this one, and that's another beauty from Tina.
I love it. I think all your covers for this campaign are fantastic. I love them all. Not that the last ones weren't, but like these are good.
Thanks, man. Yeah, no, I'm really I'm loving working with brand new people. You know, always looking for new talent and like seeing whose books whose covers really catch my eye.
Yeah.
These people are great.
Oh, what I love, you'll get all this by August. That's fantastic. So you get it very fast. I love Fried Comics. They always ship pretty early and get it to you fast, which is great.
And my hope is we can turn that around a little quicker. We will see, but I figure, under promise and over deliver. So
right,
I've blown that here by spilling the beans that I want to be faster, but I do.
All right, so we got you at 240. We're going to try to get you to 242, good sir. We're going to try to get you to 715.
All right, I'll take it.
All right, that's
Nice.
our goal for Mr. Clay Adams. Let's go. All right, Clay Adams. Daniel said, check on Octopus. Yeah, hey, Gambit, what's up, man? Gambit is an artist of mine. Caleb, you owe him royalties? You owe Caleb royalties?
I owe Caleb royalties?
That's what he says.
Do I? We'll talk. Or do you owe me royalties? How does that work?
So we got that. Trying to, Caleb, that's another one. Make sure you get that one over, please. Thank you. And next up, should we address the elephant in the room? Is it me and Chris or the other Travis? Who should I deal with next? I'm not sure. Let's go to Chris. Chris hasn't talked in a while, and I'm used to him being quiet, but normally somebody else is talking. What's up, Chris? How are you tonight?
I'm doing well, Mr. Gibb. You're taking shots at my boy. Subtweeting on live, man. You can't be doing that.
Which boy? Which boy?
My homie Luigi.
Luigi. Oh, I always take shots at him. He takes shots at me. It's fine. It'll work out.
But yeah, I'm doing well. Thanks for having me on.
Yeah, man. You have a great book. Like this book, I am super excited about. It looks really good. And unlike the other people's books, like this is ending pretty soon, right? Like this is
Yeah, we have about 2 weeks left. It's a Control Z numbers 1 and 2. 2 issues of a 4-issue sci-fi miniseries set in a world where people have migrated to a simulation called Cyberscape, and we follow a sentry named Dolan as people start to go missing from the simulation, and she has to discover the connection between the disappearances and a mysterious yet seductive foe, the admin. And yeah, it's a book that I worked on with Ricardo Secchi and Marcos Martins with Reed Hinckley Barnes on letters, and it's a book we've been working on for a while, and it's nice to finally get it out there.
Yeah, and you number 1's fully done, right?
Both 1 and 2 are fully done.
Okay, so they're unlike other, like this is like fully here. Let me make you big for a minute. Like when I say it's fully done, for those who follow me, that means the book I can send the digital immediately. When Chris says it's fully done, he means it's in his hand.
Correct. We got issue 1 here. Issue 2 is yet to be printed,
Right.
but we have issue 1's out, and some lucky people have already been able to get their hands on it. So yeah, and we also have a Tina cover. She did this awesome variant that was just on screen. That's our first Virgin cover that we're offering as a reward.
Which
Yeah.
one?
Yeah, you have to scroll down back to the variant
Back
section.
down? Okay.
Yeah, it's the last variant.
It's so sick. It's that Russian doll one.
Yeah, this one right here.
Okay.
Boom.
Yeah, and so Tina was like, she just when I asked her to do this, she just sent this back immediately and was like, "This is what I want to do." It was like, "Do your thing, Tina," and she killed it.
No, I've never heard about Tina till today, but I am definitely gonna add her to my rotation.
Yeah, same. Yeah.
And these are your other books, right? These are add-ons.
Yeah, these are some other books that I've done. The Saturn Effect is a book that I've actually done 4 Kickstarters for. And that's the spin-off, the Saturn Effect Helena. And then we have Soma City, which is a book set in a world where people are anthropomorphized microbes. So think Black Sad meets Osmosis Jones.
Nice.
And this is one we actually haven't done a Kickstarter for, but maybe we'll bring it back for a deluxe premium issue before we do a Kickstarter for issue 2.
That's awesome.
Kill this.
But no, I've loved this stuff. I'm excited about Chris's career. I think it's great. I can't wait to read them. I tend to like avoid 1 and 2s, but this is one I recommend you getting. I think it's really, really good. So right now, you are at 7,510 with 237 backers. As you know, I like even numbers, so we're going to try to get you to 240. And I think we can get you $50. So let's go to try to 560. How's that sound to you, Chris?
That sounds good to me.
All right, let's try to get that going over there.
Can I make a joke that I'm not sure if it's too dark or not for this early in the evening?
Do it.
Well, you said that Chris's book was different because it was ending soon, but mine's a memoir, and I could get hit by a bus tomorrow.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah.
And yours has more meaning after the fact. Like it'll always,
Absolutely does.
it'll always be relevant because it's about your life. Because your life
My
is
shit
important.
is gonna like these bottles of. I mean, look, I've got the fake bottle of poppers right here, and I've got a real one next to it for comparisons, so everyone can see that I endorse the products that I speak about.
Right.
Use it. Use it.
Let's Tina have an Insta.
I'm
Yeah,
not
we
getting
need Tina's
horny
Insta.
on a live stream
We definitely
Also-
need Tina's Insta.
again.
Chris, how does it feel that you're about to become 5-figure Moses?
We're not there yet, but it's hopefully it'll feel good. It'll feel good, but it's just one milestone on the path, right? We got a lot more to go. So, and everyone here knows that, right? You finish a book, you look at it for a second, then you're like, all right, it's time to make the next one.
Yep.
So
Yeah.
Control Z. Yeah, Daniel, I think he's out here backing tonight. Yeah, he likes Control Z. Yeah, that looks like a dope book, man. Thank you for all your backs, Daniel. I assume that's what that means. Let's double check. Let's see. I'm gonna check. Let's refresh your stuff and see. Oh yeah. You're doing okay. Let's present again. Hold on. Oh, it was already there. See, already, Chris, people are responding to the Mario.
I mean, I am the superior super comic book.
I always feel like, why do you think if I had to choose only one of you guys to come on, I had to choose a superior, right? Chris?
Yeah, but it definitely got to get him on next time, right? We got to get our boy.
We'll talk about it. I think I said yes in a private
Chris,
chat.
Sorry to interrupt you, Travis, but Chris, I really want to say, just for promotional reasons, aren't you the Super Comic Bros?
So what did I say? Super comic book bros?
Yeah.
It's the SEO, man. It's the SEO.
Okay, just trying to help you out.
That works. That'll work out.
This is why you're the shorter brother.
You know what? I don't even think Stokes. We actually haven't met in person, but I don't think Stokes is that much taller than me. But I guess we'll find out.
He's almost my height.
How tall are you, man?
I'm like 5'11". So maybe
Yeah, he's taller than you.
He's got.
No, I know he's taller than me.
Yeah.
But we'll see how much taller than he is.
But with the Luigi hat, it's insane.
Right.
So
Chris just shows up to their first meeting and pumps.
Yeah, I'll have those on. Some elevation.
Dave, let's go to Dave next. It's a brave move bringing another Travis in here. That is a very brave move. So what's that all about? How does it feel to
I thought about making him change his name for tonight.
Actually, Dave is definitely the creative force behind Lakeshore Comics. He's our creative director, but as the extra penis in the room, as you referred to me earlier.
Well, that was Caleb. Caleb's gone.
Oh, that's right. I have to speak to what's going on with How to Build an Army.
Right.
What we're doing right now with How to Build an Army is this is such a fantastic work because not only is it a manga style work, but basically our artist already had this done, and we looked at it and we said, wow, this fits into, and I don't know if the rest of you know this, but we published Broken Trident earlier this year.
That was our first last year.
I'm sorry, last year. We published Broken Trident last year, and this fit into our world so well. And our artist already had this done, and he gave us this. We knew it was finished, and then we looked at it. It fit into our world, and it gave us the opportunity to publish something that wasn't just a traditional Western style comic, and it let us do a sort of world building outlier at the same time. We're super excited about this because it's such a good world builder, and it's kind of a one shot, but it's also something that's really appealing to, it doesn't matter what age you are, like it appeals to everybody of all ages. But How to Build an Army is such a good, like a side snapshot from what we're trying to do with our Keepers of Enoch series and Broken Trident. And I'm sure Dave can speak more to that than I can right now, but as the extra penis in the room, right. I just thought I'd maybe
again, I said that was Caleb, and Caleb's gone, but that's fine.
Extra penis in the room is the name of my next memoir.
But I'm excited. I'm going to be honest. I was a little disappointed seeing this because I was a big fan of Broken Trident. It's at the Collective, one of my favorite stores to go to. I was sad to see that you're not going back into that world, but I do love the story here. And you only have 3 days left as well, and you guys need quite a little bit of help to get to where you need to go.
Really quick on that note, though, too, Broken Trident #2 is in the works. We have 9 completed pages, and we will be. The script is almost done, and we'll be launching it most likely in May for Broken Trident #2.
Okay.
So we didn't leave it. We just our jobs got us very busy. So it was very, as Travis said, lucky that we were able to launch this to kind of give us something to do to work on while we were delayed on Broken Trident #2. So.
Yeah, no issues. I'm excited about the book, though. I think you guys are going to do great. I'm excited about your world and that you get to add to your world. These opportunities come in and they're great. All right, so I have you at 1404.52. I know you just got one while we're here, which messes up my whole thing. You guys can't even wait till I'm finished talking about it. You're so excited. So we're going to try to get you to 55 backers, and we're going to try to get you to 1430. That's what we'll try to do. All right.
Sounds good.
So that's exciting. So now I've got to address some things that happened earlier in the show. I've been getting lots of private messages. So Pat, I don't know what I was thinking. I was cocky and talking bad about New York. And Richard, I don't even like Richard that much. You're my favorite, Pat, and I apologize.
Look, I can share the DMs.
Richard, the Pat, don't betray me. Like, look, you're still got my back, right? We're still bros.
Oh yeah.
All right. I mean, because I loved it when you threw that comic book behind you and showed that you don't give a shit about Raven. Like, that made me feel special.
Yeah, it feels good to take his work and just rid myself of it.
Right.
Just tells us that he has a spare copy.
Yeah, maybe I do. Yeah.
But let's look at this very unique thing. So, so if you don't know Pat or you don't back Pat stuff, Pat, much like Richard, likes it big and thick. He likes to do the thick tombs, and this one is a little bit smaller. This is closer to a floppy, more of an annual size.
It is a floppy. Yeah, it's my first ever single issue on Kickstarter.
Yeah, let's talk about this, bro.
Yes, Cerulean Dreams. I'm celebrating 7 years on Kickstarter. This has full color new stories from 3 of my most popular worlds: Destiny New York, Smoke Weeds to the Future, and Afterglow. We're kind of doing a victory lap here and bringing these, giving readers a jumping on point. Jesus Christ, to each of these stories, standalone stories that kind of introduce the characters, introduce the world, and tease out stories that we're going to be doing in future Kickstarters.
Yeah, so I was on the phone with Todd Reed today. You remember Todd from our interview?
Yes.
So I was talking to him today, and he was like, I didn't know any of Pat's things or spinoffs. He's like, that mother effer is going to cost me so much money. Because he didn't know Gangster Asperista. He didn't know Smoke Weeds to the Future. He didn't know that the Miserable that they're spinoffs of Destiny New York. So he was like, I'm gonna owe that man so much money by the end of it.
Yeah, man, that's the way. You know, I want each series to be its own complete story. But when you find out that there's more, you can't help but want more of the characters, so you kind of buy in on the whole world.
So you were at 15,000. That's hard to say. $634 with 444 backers. That's a lot of people and a lot of money. So I don't even know what kind of numbers to put in here. Like normally when I'm with you, remember when we did Cheeky? Like it just kept rotating. Like we couldn't keep up fast enough.
Bro, Cheeky was weird for me because normally here's how I run a Kickstarter. On day one, I look at my number and then I go to Charlie Stickney, who knows how to do math, right? And I say, Charlie Stickney, what am I gonna make total? And he'll guess, and he'll end up pretty close to it. Fucking Caleb, spicy as Caleb tonight, dude. You know,
right? Caleb should always be in the comments and not in the group. Like I love this man.
I like it. What the fuck was I saying? Oh yeah, so Charlie tells me overall what he thinks I'm gonna make. Cheeky was weird. Cheeky, it was as if we had multiple day ones throughout. Just certain things in the algorithm boosted us, and it was completely unpredictable. There was one point during Cheeky where I was like, fuck, I think we're gonna hit 60. And I was so excited. And then like a few days later, we were pushing past that, and it was bizarre. I hope to recreate that because this too is part of my idea in moving to, instead of just graphic novels, a mixture of singles and graphic novels. Because with Cheeky, right, that was our biggest campaign, but it's a full graphic novel. It takes a while to produce. So I won't see the effects of that audience until they receive Cheeky. And they're receiving Cheeky next month. I've had 5 campaigns since Cheeky, so I haven't really experienced bringing all of them in because they haven't seen how my books are yet, you know? But now, if that happens with a single issue, that audience will get that single issue within a month or two, and it'll be a much quicker experience for them.
No, that makes sense, and I think it's really cool. Like you believe you're the one who's proving people that, hey, man, you can get this can be an ongoing thing. Like you can continue to produce monthly, pretty much on Kickstarter if you try hard enough, right?
Yeah, I mean, I look at the DM, right? The DM has the strangest method of purchasing comics for both the retailer and the consumer. You have to kind of guess how number 2 and 3 are going to do based on your orders for number 1 before anyone even buys one. That sucks. So with this single issues, you're going to say I do a number 1 single issue. By the time 2 comes along, you'll already have received that, and hopefully the second campaign will be rolling out. So it's a much more direct pipeline from creator to reader, and it really does, again, to me, it snowballs as you go along. There's a lot of talk about the idea of being scared of overwhelming your audience, but right. Here's my thing. There's always going to be campaigns on Kickstarter. You look every single month, right? And there's great campaigns. People are backing no matter what. These campaigns are doing well. So my question is, do I believe in myself enough that people, even if it's just beyond my audience, just finding a new audience, are people going to always want my shit? And the answer is, of course.
Can we lay in some inspirational music behind that on the replay? Just, you know.
But, I think this is maybe too thematic, but obviously Dave Matthews, The Space Between.
I can't tell you how many times people ask me if the company is named after that.
And how angry does that make you?
No, it doesn't make me angry, but it makes me like, I mean, it's interesting, you know. It's now it's in my FAQ, you know, my internal FAQ.
So I want to get you to 15,666.
Where we at right now?
You were at 15,634 when I wrote you down. 445 backers.
Let's do it.
And then we'll try to get you to even it out. We'll get you at 446. You're at 443. So we're trying to get you 446. Okay. All right. we've gone over everybody's quick pitch. I'm going to make myself big for a minute and talk about what the next step is, guys. All right, mother effers. Here's where we're at. We have successfully talked about all these campaigns. You got a little bit of information. We're going to go through all of them again because some of you guys didn't listen and didn't back when we talked about, hey, we need to reach these numbers. The reason why we need to meet these numbers is so we can make these books and get them to you. So if you'd like us to not try to sell you stuff, the quickest way to do that is buy stuff so we can talk about creating comics. Because a lot of us are great creators, right? I have some of the greatest creators in here, and they want to talk to you, give you all their knowledge, all their love, all their wonderful stuff. And if you know, I'm not even trying to sell you a damn thing tonight. Nothing. 0 things. I sold all my books yesterday. All right. So back to these fellow supporters. I'm all about the community. I love the community. I think me as a person, I believe that the best you can do in this world is bring other people, lift other people up with you. Okay. And I support people who lift other people up with you. Those are the people. And that's why I picked these people in particular to come back to January 21st, January 2023, because I have seen these people. I've seen what they've been doing, and I want to lift them up to the next level. Even Caleb, who I kicked out, even him. So guys, we're going to go through the list. We're going to see if we've hit any numbers, mark them off my list, because I am not leaving until all of them hit their goals. I'm going to make sure every one of those get that money that I promised them, because you've got to get paid. You've got to. Anybody have any questions about what I just said?
What do we do about? I've already reached the goal that you set for me. Can we set a new goal?
No, that's not the way it works. I'll be all night, but let's look at yours. That's exciting. You've hit your goal.
I have.
He's celebrating. Look at that.
Look, I was celebrating with wine before I hit my goal.
Woohoo! And celebrating with whiskey since we started this.
Whiskey is next. I have this, as I said, this has been like a wildly emotional week for me because of the memoir of it all.
Right.
And I definitely was on a Twitter space the other night where I got too drunk, and at some point I started talking about James Cameron and 9/11, and I don't know where the story was starting or ending. So
you have brought up James Cameron a lot since we've been hanging out. Like, I am concerned about because you brought up the Terminator one time. You're like, I have a new opinion about Terminator 2. Like, there's some stuff.
Well, I'd never seen Terminator 2 before.
You've never seen Terminator 2?
I have now. But I work 20 hours a fucking day. And so I have to have things playing in the background, and I ran out of One Tree Hill and Dawson's Creek, so I had to move on to something else that had a lot of content. And old Jimmy Boy seemed to be a good option with the Avatar movie happening and all.
First things first, I'm always here to talk about the Dawson. The Dawson is super important to me. I love the Dawson, very important. So
I think it's more damaging to society than most other things.
Well, let's talk about that. On my Discord, I guess I am going to promote myself. On my Discord, we have a Dawson's Creek channel. Richard, we'd love to hear your opinions.
Yeah. Please welcome me to that, because oh boy,
we love it.
First love is your realist love. What the fuck is that?
All right. So, but we've killed your goal. So I said I was going to give you 2,800. 110, and I said, hey, we're going to try to get you. So we've smashed your goal. I'm going to mark you off the list. It doesn't mean you need to leave, but that means we're going to cross you off the list to make sure we get everyone. So
can I come back as Richard Fairgrave 2, and you can put me on it, say, I don't know, 130 and $9,000? See what happens.
But no, that's the goal. That's why people love this show. That's why Clay loves this show. Clay talks about. Most of my referrals for this show come from Clay, where Clay's like, no, he's just going to sit there and yell at people till they back you. I love it.
I love it because you do so many of these, and they go for like 3 hours, and you get nothing out of it. So,
right.
But good conversation. I enjoy good conversation, but I love your whole vibe.
I want to really endorse how great Clay is, though, because Clay is the person. Clay and David Schrader are the people who are. When they came to me and said, will you do a variant cover for their next anthology? I said, can it be a sexy variant? They said yes. And I said, can it be Grandpa Munster with a rock hard dick? And they said yes. So
True
the
story.
3D edition and that blue skin with some veins in it. Oh, it's going to fucking pop.
It's going to be amazing.
No, But that's awesome. So Richard is the first person we've got off the list. I'm very happy, Richard. And you had a bigger goal than everybody else, so that's fantastic. Much like your book being bigger than everybody else. Alan, you have no respect for me. He just walks off every time, Alan. Damn it, Alan.
I just worry that we're doing a lot of dick jokes about the size of my book, and I don't want people to think that I'm bragging about my incredibly mediocre penis.
Good to know. Good to know. But I'm going to go to Caleb. Caleb does have to go. I want to look at his book and see where Caleb's at. Caleb was first, and I had to kick him off the stream because I was worried about his girlfriend. And I care about Lori's opinion of me more than Caleb's. You know, important things. But
we
no,
can
Caleb
switch back if you need.
No, Caleb and I are good. But Caleb hasn't moved up at all. Guys, all right, you mother effers, you made me go solo again. Like, there's other people who are better looking and want to talk to you. All right, look, Caleb is a great guy. He's at Scout now. He's a big deal, right? Scout's a big deal. He's leveled up. And you need to level up with him and get this premier edition shiny of a unicorn that kills vampires, right? I mean, most of your unicorns growing up were My Little Ponies, and they were not tough at all. So finally, we've got to the point where unicorns are tough, and you were showing it zero love. Zero love here. So, guys, I needed to get 2 backers and $30. So, please, I'm going to come back to it in a minute. Caleb's not here to push it, but what Unicorn Vampire Hunter, Unicorn Vampire Hunter is about? It's about unicorns hunting vampires. It's not that complicated, right? There's not much I got to give you. All right, so show it some love. Damn it, people. You guys.
Can I jump in with an environmental message on this one that I think will be pretty convincing?
Yeah, go ahead.
Like, this is a fucking endangered species,
right?
Who is fighting vampires for you? Like, I want you to think about that. If there was, like, I don't know, 1 T-Rex left in the world, and we're like, hey, who's gonna fight Lex Luthor? And we're like, him? That's fucking ridiculous. I know that I'm the person who is like, is his horn made of wood? But that's because I like to do goofs, because I'm a bad person. I'm also wearing a shirt that says sex pig because I forgot that I was wearing it, and I just saw it now that I'm big on a screen. So, you know, look, here's my promise. If we get the if we get this campaign that I can't say out loud right now to the goal that was said, I will do poppers on the live stream.
I mean,
it'll just be kind of like,
I'm not sure I can endorse that legally through YouTube. I'm not sure about my disclaimer, but I'm pretty sure.
All right, fine. It's if we get to the goal, it's up to Travis whether I do poppers on the live stream.
Wait, which Travis?
See, Dave, you're messing everything up. People don't
Sorry. Why is it his fault? I'm here. I'm not like a non-person. Come on now.
Yeah, but I had to beg other Travis to let this Travis.
Okay, it's true. I immediately yelled at him, going, "No, there's no way you can have somebody else. There's 10 slots." And he's like, "Oh, okay." And then I was like, 2 minutes later, "Oh, I just didn't read your thing." Yeah, if he's on the same camera, I don't care.
yeah, you know, our bad. Like I do, you know, we work together.
You're fine. You're fine.
2-headed monster kind of thing.
People who work together who shouldn't. Hey, Chris, let's talk about your campaign. How you doing?
Hey, yeah, whoa. Subtweeting live, man. But yeah, we're making moves. We're making strides.
We're making strides. So how are we doing? We set a goal for you. All right, I'm not even going to bring it up yet, but it was 7,560 and 240 backers. Where are we at?
We're at 240.
Are we at 7,560?
We're at 7,582 right now.
That is way more than we talked about. So that means you have to give me the money that was signed on before, like any extra beyond.
It'll be in the Gemini Ascend.
And the Gemini. But Gratz, we get to mark you off the list. Again, you can hang out. We'll try to go for a round 2 of this. I will absolutely do that. But for respect to people's time, people like to make sure everybody gets their goal. But you have made your goal, Chris. And I really think this book looks amazing. Like, and I think I've told you this, you know, all joking around. I saw your other book. I was like, it looks kind of regular sci-fi, but this, I was like, this looks fucking dope. Like, I would buy this every day on my shelf, every day. A lot of Kickstarters I just back because I like the people, but that is not the case here, Chris. Not that I don't like you, but like I backed it because of the quality of this book. Looks fucking fantastic. It is dope as hell. I'm so excited to read it.
I appreciate that. We've been working on it for a while, so it means a lot.
So, and I will keep throwing shade, but it's out of love, Chris. It's out of love.
Yeah, I just got to stick up for my boy. That's Luigi.
I cannot wait to make a response video to this.
Yeah, it's gonna farm this for clicks. It's gonna be amazing.
I'm excited. No, please make a full EFAP for this on the next Super Farmer Bros. I'm fantastic. It'd be great.
Yeah, it's gonna be awesome. We're gonna go viral.
I'm going to come in as like an anonymous witness who was there. They'll blur my face and change my voice. I'll mostly talk about how Charlie just tweeted that he thinks I'm drunk, but that he loves me, which I might be paraphrasing. But I mean, this is about as sober as I get during this week.
That's why I caveated with I still love you even if you're not drunk. So
1 million people. So Danny Morales is the store. I will call him the manager. That is his title. I was gonna make up a title, but his title is the manager, and that's a solid title. He is Danny. I'm happy you're here because I told Trevor that you may be here. So Danny runs a collective. So any of you guys, how many people here? If you have a retail tier, please raise your hand. Damn, you guys. All right. So we have a few retail tiers. I know he's backed your stuff before, Dave and Alan. You're allowed to have a retail tier with the source point. Like no kids. That's awesome.
Yeah, we're good.
Nice. Source point. Submission sent. All right. Good to know. But Trevor specifically had some questions for you, Danny, if you have a second. I'm not going to put you on the spot, but if you have a second to stick around, he would like you to review his tier and make sure it's good.
I got 3 of them, one of which was included at Travis's advice.
Right. So, and I give some good advice. So we'll let Danny respond in a minute because sometimes Danny actually doesn't stick around. He just sees it for a minute and messages, "Hey, I'm here," and then I talk about him for 20 minutes. He's not actually here. All right, he's here. He's got a wonderful girlfriend now, so he's like happy and shit and doesn't want to hang out with us geeks anymore.
Jeez, what a square.
Let's bring up Area 51. So first off, the number that I put for you, Trevor, was 2 backers and get you to 7,350.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see where you're at here. Since last time we've looked at this. That is, again, Chris's campaign. It looks fantastic. I want everyone to see it. I'll show it as often as possible. I think it looks great. So back Chris. It's a great book. No, all right, Trevor. We'll talk about you now. I'm sorry.
Sure.
I got about Chris's campaign. Look it's a cool like robot chick who's probably gonna kill me or like make love to me. Like it could do either. That's what's so intriguing about the book.
Either, but nothing in between.
Right, nothing in between. There is no options of it just being like a cool chick to hang out with.
Exactly. I also realized that last time I was so obsessed with declaring my blasphemous love for New York that I didn't actually pitch my book because I'm a business person. That's what I do.
Danny says Control Z is I use that shit all the time.
Amen.
All right, so Area 51, we still owe you $3 on my goal.
Yeah.
But we are close. You can take that $3 from Chris because we overdid it on Chris. But let's look at these reward tiers. So actually tell us about Area 51 since you didn't last time.
Hell yeah. So it's a sci-fi thriller about an extraterrestrial boy whose life is sort of sent into the maw of a massive genetics Cold War conspiracy when somebody begins to put his father's murder into question, and it forces him to face a twisted ghost from his past that challenges everything he knows about himself and what it means to be human. What's also cool is that my background in college was molecular and cellular biology. So you have hard science deep in the sci-fi with very personal themes.
So let's go over these couple of pledges. So the first one's 75, right?
First one or what?
No, the first tier for retailers. We're going to go over your retails right here.
It's actually, I think it's less than that. It's like, okay. Oh yeah, 75. You're right. Yep.
So this is $150 value. So basically you get, what is it? Can you help me here?
50%.
So you're getting basically, so you're getting 6 copies of issue 1, getting 3 copies of issue 2, 3 copies of 3, 3 copies of 4, 3 copies of 5. Is that correct?
And 3 copies of 6.
And 3 copies of 6. Okay, so for $75, and then you have a bigger tier for retailers, right? That's a little bit more. That is $135.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's effectively it's almost double the count, or close to, and then yeah, not much changes there. And then at the end, we actually, which I would love to book, is a retailer exclusive cover, which I have never had for my book. So that would be a really cool milestone to pop.
And which one's that?
It's for $1,000. So it also
$1,000?
comes
Okay.
with several covers of issue 6, and then at the retailer's request, if they're a retailer that isn't already carrying the book, we can certainly discuss swapping out prior issues for some of those issue 6 copies. But yeah, I've also got a really talented studded team of artists on my Rolodex, so you're bound to get an absolutely gorgeous cover.
Would you be willing to do an issue 1? Because I think if a retailer wanted an exclusive, they'd want an issue 1 for their 115 copy.
Yeah, I'd be down to talk it over for sure.
Sure. So Danny, that's the retail tiers. We're going to do a little education here. What do you think about that? Those retail tiers, as someone who does it, I know buying into 6 issues at a time is a little tough. So give us some of your sage-like advice as we move on to the next person. It's going to take them a minute to type, but we're going to have to share this to get the $3. We've got to share the unicorn. By the way, thank you. I just looked at unicorn. We got one of those backers through. Still got a couple. We still need one more. You bastards.
Yep.
But yeah. All right. Cool.
Regret here.
6 is the finale. To
Is
answer
6
the
the finale?
question.
Yes, 6 is the finale. So you'd be buying the whole series, Danny. All right. So as we wait for Danny's response, let's go over to Charles. Charlie, how are you?
I'm Charles. I haven't been called Charles in forever.
Yeah, Charles. All right. Can we talk? Can we be like serious for a minute?
Yeah.
I am drinking this because you don't have a stout, and you're not going to bring a stout tonight, and I'm a little disappointed in you.
Well, I mean, give me 5 seconds. I'll run downstairs. I've got them in the fridge, dude. It's not like they're not. I grab
I
whiskey.
want to be able to
if you'd
tweet
rather.
that I love Drunk Charlie.
You might like Drunk Charlie because I'm a little.
I do too, for the record, but that's okay. Yeah. I like that you understand to do more ones and sequential notes. Okay, so he likes that part of it. You promised me comics. I love you, dude, but like we've got some great books tonight, so you better get out your wallet, Sparks. Be scared. Be scared.
Yeah, I actually just hung out with Sparks last night. Actually,
in real life?
No, over the internet.
I felt terrible. I tuned in to watch, and Sparks thought that I was there to pressure him to answer my email about being on the show, and like announced it. And I was like, I just came to watch Trevor. It's okay. I've been rejected in email before. Like I know what tears feel like.
I've already backed at least half of them. That's awesome.
It's refreshing to know that you came for me, Richard. I will take that in stride.
So Charlie, let's look at your stuff real quick. Math is hard. Yeah, it's actually a little less than 50%, Danny. So that it's probably translates to about $225 a book. Is that what I'm getting? Is that the math? Trevor, about?
Yeah, but some of the variants, it's recommended that you charge a little bit extra.
Sure, yeah.
So yeah, it kind of balances out to about 50%.
Okay. Charlie.
Dude.
Why does nobody love you?
Why does nobody love me? All of a sudden, I'm gonna be in depression. I think I need a beer. That's the problem. I'm not drinking.
Right. So you've got this perfect book that was funded under 48 hours, that has 14 days to go, that has not moved since we've last talked about it.
What's up?
Do they not
if you get that beer? It might move.
I'm thinking the same thing. That's what I think I'm going to put a request in to have one of my teenagers drag a beer.
Yeah, go get that beer. We need to address
what are
this.
Teenagers for, if not to get you beer?
Tell them they can have one too. Then they'll happily bring it to you.
Exactly.
But I owe you 2 backers. We're not even close. So we're going to get you in a minute. But yeah, Danny, going back to math is hard. I know it's 50%, but what is each retail? What is each retail at? So what is the normal price of like a cover?
So the cover A's are usually $5. However, the last 2 issues have an extra 4 and an extra 8 pages respectively. So I recommend charging another $1 each for those. So the A covers I would recommend about $6, and then for variants more so because they're printed in slightly more limited quantity.
Right, that's actually great. All right, cool. So Danny like it, and Danny he backs more retail tiers than probably anybody on Kickstarter. So,
And is Danny in Florida too?
he's in Florida too. Yeah, he is going to make a big presence at MegaCon. He's going nuts.
Well, if Danny wants, I'd be happy to like set up some type of promotional event while I'm down there, or scribble my name on some of those books, whatever he wants.
Charlie, I will go check to see if I have a Guinness in just a second. In fact, why I go do that, can you talk about your book and explain to me why no one thinks your book is awesome?
I don't know.
Because I think your book is awesome. I love your book, so I don't understand. So let's see. Let's get you big, all right? And then if I do this, no, that's still me.
But you're beautiful. Hey, it's me. Oh.
Do some shading with a Sharpie on that. It'll look really impressive.
Yeah. I also brought the moonshine in case I needed to. I don't know which one. It depends on how hard we got to push this thing. So we'll see. So, hey, this book is an absolute blast. We had a blast putting it together. It's one of the coolest things, I think, because it isn't just about the story that I wrote, but it's also about bringing in the indie comics community. And dude, I absolutely freaking loved working with all these different creators as they wrote my character and their universe, interacting with their characters, using their art teams just to showcase the different changes in the world. Pretty freaking fun. But it's also, I'm out of breath because I ran downstairs to get this. But it's also that starting point for us. It's I wrote a book before, Watchguard, which is actually available here. The Kickstarter version is available here in this campaign. But that book, well, that was like, I don't know, 10 years ago. I went back to the well and decided I need to start with something that's a little bit more personal. So this book is pseudo autobiographical. This guy's out there. He's an idiot, case in point. And he's just looking for a date and ends up tumbling through the universes. And all kinds of crazy shenanigans happens. I don't know what else to tell you. It's a freaking blast. We had a lot of great creative teams jump in. We had DC Stolpner. If you guys aren't familiar with his work that he's done with Mike Exner, he's a very Ryan Otley-esque style, but it's absolutely unique. Looks fantastic. John Rock, who does coloring for DC and so forth, he actually did the first issue colors. And Ariel Medell, who actually did the spinoff book we just launched on Zoop, Milestone, Ariel did the third issue because DC wasn't available at the time. So just try to keep it clean. We're packing in some extras in this book. It's going to be a perfect bound trade. And we're just pushing, man. I don't know why you guys aren't backing it, because it's a hell of a lot of fucking fun. I'm telling you, we had a blast.
Well, I just backed it because I forgot to back it. I realized you got one of them, but I almost don't count because I back all of Charlie's stuff. So
I appreciate that.
But
I backed as well because I'm also a Guinness man. So that won me over. I told you, go get that beer, and you were going to get some pledges.
Dude, cheers. Right. I'm not even cracking on the moonshine just for fun.
I didn't have a Guinness, but I had this beautiful Christmas porter.
Oh, well, that counts.
So, yeah, it's not that great. I'm going to be honest.
Can I tell you?
Not even look like a porter, like with the hops.
It looks like it should be like some, like, I don't know, maybe a Belgian something.
Yeah, no, it's a porter, but
I literally am doing a Comic-Con in Chattanooga in February, simply so that I can go bring my growler to get some of Cherry Street Brewing Company's coconut porter.
Oh, which, yeah, it's good stuff.
Fantastic.
Never had it.
Oh, it's good. It's good stuff. They're based in Atlanta, and haven't had any since I left Atlanta, and I'm just going to drive to Chattanooga, fill up my growler, do a Comic-Con, and then drive back home.
So, Charlie, we got you to where you need to go.
Dude. And Danny's still out there. I was going to actually address that if I can. This is the first time I didn't do a retailer tier for a book, but it was a trade, so it was kind of weird. So I didn't know how to really. I honestly probably should have asked somebody, but I decided not to go for the trade retailer tier.
Oh, so Lori had to leave, which makes me sad. But let's see where Lori was at, because we still got to get our backers. So you promised me comments backed. I backed. Danny said thank you. That's actually great. All right. So where was Lori? Let's see where Finding D was. I don't think Lori knew what kind of show this was, so she may have been a little shocked of the way I do things. In fact, Richard and Chris, since you guys just met me, is this a weird version of me?
No.
No, this
Okay.
seems
All right,
seems
fair
about right.
All right, cool.
No, that's not true. This
I'm
you-
just normally
there's-
yelling at somebody when you guys hear about me.
There's more bombast from you here. You begin most sentences with and then launch in. So
Right.
we remove the pre-roll here.
Right.
I enjoy.
Fair enough. Fair enough. All right, so let's see where Lori's at real quick. That is not Lori. That is Charlie again. He's doing great though. He's marked off the list. He's done.
Hey, Danny, while he's getting that up, that no pun intended.
He's gonna get himself big.
Hit me, message me on, DM me on Twitter, and I'll get you a trade set up.
Yeah. I think that book would do it. So Finding D. All right. When we started, we were at 436.35, and we're at 108. We're at 110. All right, guys. She's not here. She left because Caleb offended her earlier. You know, we've all been. I've been recovering since Caleb offended Lori earlier. It's been a tough show. You know, there's a lot of people here, and Pat, can you help me out here? Like, what Caleb said was offensive. Well, like we can agree on that, right?
I'm offended by Caleb. Fuck
Right,
Caleb.
right. So we need to get Lori some backers here because of Caleb's mishaps. And we apologize to the comic community. Caleb's a good person. He's under a lot of stress right now. I don't know why he would do that.
He's got to go, dude. You know.
But listen, I just saw a tweet from Caleb. He's going to take some time with his family to really think about what he's done.
Right.
But he'll
So
be back
he's
on
either going to
tour
come back tomorrow apologizing to everyone or join Comicscape. One of those two will happen. We'll know tomorrow. Anyways, so
wait. Before I get too paranoid, do we know a real reason Lori left? Did I horrify her?
No, she had a headache. She had a
cool.
headache.
Well, that
and
could be me.
She thought it would go great. She actually wrote, if you look in private, she met some nice stuff.
Oh, that's okay. I'm a neurotic person.
I hear you. But we do need to get our backers, and I'm not leaving here till I do. Finding D is all these really cool things. We've got these giant boobs. You know, I've heard that boobs sell books, so I don't think you can get bigger boobs on a page. So there you go. You got that going for you. We got D Fish. Is this related to Fish Lee?
I was wondering the same thing.
I don't think they are, but she's got she's done some stuff for Mike Templar, some Atomic Robo. Like, she's done some cool stuff. It's an all-female team, which I like. So I like this book. I like Unlikely Heroes. I think they're a great studio. They do some really cool stuff. Yeah. I like these pins. These are very cool pins. I'm sad that you only can choose one.
Wait.
This dog is kind of wild too.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah. Let me get a sketch of the dog. They're promoted by Bad Kip. But guys, show some love to Unlikely Studios, to Fish League. You know, obviously, I think this is very similar to Richards. I think this is more of a comic strip stuff, but I think it's real life, real stuff that they're going through a little bit, just talking about some stuff. So.
Yeah, and I'll pitch Lori for you. Lori, because I've worked with her so much. She's in several covers for me. She actually helped me with my second campaign, because after my first one hit 10K or 11K, I was like, holy shit, what do I do now? And Lori was right there to help coach me along. So she's fantastic. She also, those guys are huge in the community. I mean, like everybody, Unlikely Lori and Eric and Unlikely Hero Studios is they're really, really strong in the community. So guys, get out there and back their books are quality. If Lori's putting it out, it's worth taking.
Yeah. I'm going to be backing it after the live stream because I'm going to back that book, but I do not want to take away the responsibility from the viewers to back that book. Like
I like that. I like that. And by the way, because I never got to it, talk amongst yourself. Pat, tell Clay how awesome he is for a second for me.
Hey, Clay.
Hey, what's up, dude?
You're an awesome guy, man. I actually I did think that your project image stands out so nicely on you know, you launch on a very heavy launch day.
Yes.
And to me, that's a great boost for everybody. Not everyone agrees. They're wrong because I'm saying the opposite. But still, yours stood out. You know, it's a really unique and beautiful image.
I
let's
really
get-
do appreciate that. You
let's
are the
get some of
man,
these
and you know
links.
these things.
It's true.
That means a lot. Thanks.
You're welcome.
Yeah. I gotta say, Clay, I was so in my own head on Tuesday that I actually didn't know you had launched with that. I backed the first one and I've missed the second one, so I'll be backing yours later tonight.
Ooh, thank you. Thank you.
And hey, Clay, when are you doing the third one? Because I'm doing a Frankenstein book later in the year. Maybe
Let's talk. Let's chat. It's coming soon, man.
Yeah, I mean, everyone probably needs to be talking about my next book, Ex-Wives of Frankenstein, just quietly.
I like the way you
That
think.
book sounds a little too straight for you. What happened?
No, it's well, it's look, let me give you the premise because fuck it, why not? It is a modern interpretation of a follow-up to Frankenstein where the bride and Victoria Frankenstein get together when they find out that their husbands have been found locked in a super gay, compromising position in an iceberg, and are coming back for the fun of it, New York City as famous gay scientists. So it might be like it's another book I'm doing of the cross section of misogyny and homophobia, but this time with Frankenstein and one of them being a cam girl.
All right, I think I got everybody's in the chat. Oh, I haven't got Pat's yet. Let's find Pat's. All right, Pat's. I think.
Get me in there.
Of course, I'm going to get you in there. Pat, did you get that information, by the way, for that cover? Because we need to get you down to.
I didn't. Part of working with Black Mask is waiting for a long time for a response and then getting a response to everything that you've been asking for a month in a 3-hour-long phone call.
Fair enough. By the way, so what I'm doing tonight, because there are so many people and so many people to back, when we are done, whoever is still live with us, hold on, let me make me big. Whoever's still live with me, I have an extra copy of the creator copy of Holiday Spirits too.
Sick.
If you say your name, we'll put it into a chart. And if you're still live, and I know that you back something, you got to say you back something and say your name. We will get you in a raffle to get that book, and you can only get that if you're a creator. So it's really cool. By the way, speaking of things, I need a script from you, Pat.
I know.
Unrelated.
It's true. I do have it in my scheduling notes. So that is the thing. Before we move on though, let me just chime in here really quick. Alan, are you also the writer on Death Knell?
Yeah, I am.
Bro, that looks really good. Bad Bug is killing it. You know, I look at Bad Bug as just how they do things is really appealing to me. Just the first the kind of left field character concepts, and also just the frequency with which they're coming out. Really cool.
Yeah. I actually, so the writer for Death Knell 1 stepped out, and then Mike reached out to me because he liked what we did. He liked the tongue-in-cheek humor with Pocus and Grandma Chainsaw, and he just thought it would kind of be appropriate with what he was trying to do for Death Knell.
That makes sense to me. I mean, and bro, the cover by, I can't say this person's name, but cover D by
Summerdale?
No, Zahanami art?
On Death Knell.
Yeah, just think of the best cover on the book by far.
Yep.
And
it's one of my favorites.
Yes. Bro, I saw that and I was already typing the DM to her. The shit is incredible.
So Alan is another one of those situations where we are a little behind, guys. We are at 128. We need to get 2 more backers to get him to 130. So we did get 1 backer from this thing, but we need to keep working. I make a lot of jokes on Alan's expense, but Alan is probably the newest, hottest writer I found in the space. I've read all his books. I love them all. I think he's very good. I think he's a threat to my presence on Kickstarter.
I don't know about that.
And to everything I do. That is why I jumped to the direct market as quickly as I did. Once I found out that Hocus Pocus was picked up by SourcePoint, I am going all in and leaving Kickstarter because Alan's here now and he's going to take my spot.
I don't know about that, man.
Can I jump in for 2 seconds on this? Just as a reader of Alan's work, I'm sorry, Alan.
Fangirl again.
I'm totally gonna fangirl here.
No, it's nice to actually to hear this stuff, right? Because
for real though, I'm doing. Yeah, sure. I'm doing this for you, Alan, but also I'm doing this because I'm a reader of this work. this is fantastic stuff. Like this is definitely worth the read, and what he's done here, it's so outside the boundary of what you've seen so far in regular work, and that's part of what made me so happy with it. Like, it just screams like a mixture of like common, like not just superhero. It's not superhero at all. It's very magic, but then there's so much darkness behind it, and it's like happy dark. Like I don't know how to describe it, but as a reader, definitely back this. Like, and I'm like fangirling somebody else's work when I'm supposed to be
no, listen, you pitch it better than what I could, because I'm
made
dumb
me
as
so
hell.
happy. Like the main character makes a deal that like basically sells his soul, and when he goes through all that, oh my god, it was such a good work. Like, it should definitely be backed. And I'm sorry, I'm supposed to be promoting my own work right now, but this was so good. That's all I have to say. Thank you.
Hey, no. Like I said, I'm dumb as hell, and so I named my own book "Pocus Hocus" because we couldn't think of another title. But yeah, like Travis was saying, like, it's one of those things where the story it has a lot of different elements. We have horror, comedy, suspense, drama, action. Like we kind of like throw everything at the wall and then hope that something sticks, I guess.
It's so much fun. Like,
yes.
That's my big thing about it is, like, yes, you have like crazy, also the artwork, such amazing artwork, but like really good art. But you've also got this whole dynamic where you have this big engorging demon and this person that's made a deal, and the person was trying to like satisfy his father, and like, oh my god, it's so good. Yep. And I'm sorry, I'm supposed to be backing my own work right now. Everybody back Hocus Hocus. It's so good.
Yeah. I'll be sending you your PayPal information, your payment from PayPal here in a little
bit. I'll expect at least a 50-cent royalty.
Yeah, I got you.
Yeah, we need one more backer over there at Hocus Pocus, and I'm going to say one more thing too. I really love Alan's work. Like, I am not kidding. He is fantastic. He's a very talented writer. And what I love about it, like, I'm reading Dark Web right now from Spider-Man, and they've gone and made every demon the non-scariest thing in the world. And you do a very similar thing of making them like funny, but I still think they're a threat. So you know that math better than the guy writing fucking Spider-Man. like Zeb Wells, who is very talented, but like, I really got to tell you.
Well, thank you guys. I appreciate it.
This is why I didn't want that fucking Travis, Dave. Look, see this? See that shit? Oh, man.
Can we screenshot that real quick?
Yeah. That's it.
Oh, and
we did it.
You were there, Alan. You were off the list.
Yay!
That was all Travis number 2.
Yeah, dude, I can't take any credit for that. Yeah, all I had to do was just show up.
I'll take on a different name. I don't mean to be threatening here.
I think what we need to do is let's stop doing live streams as creators, and each of us just choose one super fan to come in and talk about it for us. Really very effective.
No, it's like I was saying, it's awesome to hear that feedback, just because I don't feel like we get a chance to hear it a lot, right? I experience this whenever we send out even just our PDFs and all of our books. We get like, we have however many backers, but we only get like 1 or 2 people that message us and they're like, "Hey, love the book, can't wait for the next one." And that just means so much, just because we're putting so much time and money and energy into this for someone just to take 5 minutes to just read it. It's just kind of crazy when you think about it, because this is like months of work and then someone's done with it in 5 minutes. Yeah. So it's just that it's really, it means a lot though, especially hearing it instead of just reading someone type up a message saying, "Hey, we can't wait for the next one." So I appreciate that. Thank you.
Do you ever do the math of like how many customers you'd need to get to balance out the amount of time it took you to make the book?
Oh, it'd probably fit 11 if I had to give a realistic number. Yeah.
All right. I got a couple of things and I got to say some of them fast. So everyone, Pat Chin has left. And there is a debate every time he leaves whether or not he is dealing meth Like, are those packages of meth, like from Breaking Bad in the back there, just little packages that he's put together?
Breaking
Yes or no? Quick thoughts.
Yes. Yes.
Wait, hold on. What are we talking about? These?
Yes.
Yes, those were water bottles. I'll drink a bottle of water, and then when I'm done, I'll just give it a Raven Gregory throw.
Right. Or you're making meth.
Could be.
But actually, because you promised me, I'm going to take a minute, guys, and be about me for a second. Because we got Bearded here. We've got me promised me cover Clay's like, where's the joke? It's not a joke. They were so supportive of Coins of Judas yesterday, guys. Like everyone, Joey Galvez, Bearded Comic Bro, and Sparks, all of them sharing all the stuff and getting at the comic store. It means so much to me yesterday. Being in the direct market for the first time on a single issue and having that much love and outpouring from the comics community, people just picking it up and loving it. And it meant the world to me. I was on cloud 9 all day yesterday that my shit matters. Because sometimes when we do this, I just like, you're good at talking, Travis, you're good at selling stuff, but nobody really gives a shit. Like if they didn't see your name so you would talk about them or like make them feel important, they wouldn't back your shit. Because none of them needed to share their picture and they shared it. Like they didn't need the clout, but it was really good. And yes, you too, Danny. But Travis, for real, congratulations. But it meant the world to me. And I just wanted to say that to each and every one of you guys. I really loved you guys. Thank you so much. All right, back to the silliness, and you guys better not have fucked it. Clay Adams, all right, once yelled at me. We're not going to go into why, because I did something wrong. And we hadn't been friends for a long time. And then he asked to come on the show, and we've been very cool since. And if he does not have his fucking money, we may not be cool. So you guys better not have fucked this shit up. All right?
What did he do, Clay?
We're cool. It's all good.
Don't worry about what I did. Just know that I was in the wrong. All right?
I think it was an honest mistake, and you corrected it. It's all good.
I did. It was an honest mistake. It did not mean to happen, but it was, and it was good that I got called out on it. It was fine.
What happened?
Don't worry about it. I mean, you can share if you want, Clay. It's not that important. I'm not.
I don't. You know what? I don't want to spill the tea. It's water under the bridge. We're good.
We love each other.
We do. We're gonna hang out and have some Guinness or a coconut porter.
Of course. Yeah, apparently I got to go to Sarasota. That's a long trip, but maybe I can go. They still have tables?
It's Chattanooga, Tennessee.
Oh, okay. I have some friends in Chattanooga. They would let me stay with them.
Come on up, Chattanooga.
Lots of family in Chattanooga.
We can all meet there.
Yeah, let's all hang.
All right. So Clay, where I last left you.
Yes, sir.
You were at $5,694 with 240 backers.
Yes,
and I promised you $5,715. You were at $3 more than I promised and the amount of backers. So congratulations, you're on my list.
We did it. Well done. We're good.
We're good. In fact, Clay did the Holiday Spirits #1. He did the forward, actually.
I did, and I had first of all, I had a blast reading that book and then also writing that forward. That's an awesome book you guys put together.
It's an argument over the pitch for Cthulhu Invades. I was horny spin-off of it.
I get confused as to which Christmas-based horror anthology I have read and which ones I've read and which ones I haven't. I think I have Holiday Shorts.
I don't know. This is Holiday Spirits. We have 2 volumes.
Holiday Spirits. Sorry, I got it. I literally, in saying that, got it confused with my own anthology series, Horror Shorts.
All right, David Hazan, you're not allowed to talk about Cthulhu Invades because I invite you every fucking year, and you're like, I'm too good. I'm the writer of Nottingham. That's his exact response every time. He's like, my book had like a 5th printing. Like, you haven't even seen that. Like, come on.
By the way, why are we even bothering saying like horny spinoff? Can't we just say like Travis inserts Cthulhu? Like you can just imply it with the name, David.
So let's see where Dave and Travis are. Are you guys? Wait, are you guys done with Alan's book yet? Before I move on to yours.
I think we've been done with it for a while.
I really didn't mean to pitch somebody else's work.
Like I said, man, I would have
just good.
I would have just fumbled through my words. So you did me so much justice. Thank you.
I think we're past the 5th printing now. I wanted to be specific.
I think Alan, can you pitch their book now?
It's new. I haven't read it.
Sounds like a lot of
Holy shit, this is the horniest Imagine doing like pitching it as a hardcore, serious horror, and it's just good, nice stories of families. Like that's the real terror. Like, look, this one has a mother and a father that loves him. Woo!
Look, if we're really going to talk about our, and you know, we probably should talk about our work because I keep pitching Alan's, and for good reason. But I think the thing that we're so excited about our work is it's our opportunity to actually publish a manga, which isn't something that a whole lot of the rest of us are doing.
Right.
We're publishing it under that Lakeshore Comics guys, and it's working. It's definitely not your traditional Western comic. I mean, Eiler, our artist, he's scrolling through it right now. His artwork is fantastic, but it's definitely a manga. That's not something that you see coming out of the Western comics, and we're really excited to have this work under our belt. And obviously we're struggling a little bit on the Kickstarter right now, but that doesn't mean that the work is going away either. Right. And I think, you know, Broken Trident, we succeeded with Broken Trident. We're going to keep working on Broken Trident. We've got it 3/4 of the way done, the next issue. If this doesn't succeed, it's going to succeed. But if it doesn't succeed, well, you know, this is something that's just going to be in our back pocket.
We'll revisit it later, but it's
a story. It's a story that builds our entire world, and our world's not going to stop being built regardless of this. But I really hope you guys take a look at it and actually seriously look at it, because it's a piece right now, and you might not have the whole world in front of you yet.
Oh, we just got another one.
Yeah, perfect.
We just need one more, guys, because we need to get 55 backers for this one. Because someone backed stupidly in the middle of my speech. Yeah, Danny says we have that in the store. Hold on one second. Can you guys tell people about your world? Because I remember Broken Trident when I was hearing about that. Just knowing about the Dungeons Dragons part of it, and like talk about that for a minute.
Yeah, so Broken Trident, let me read the comment quick. Where do I begin? So the main character of Broken Trident, Janor, if you scroll down in this one, you should be able to see a cover of it.
Hold on. Also, this is a 55-page book, guys. It's not small.
Yes.
Like that's something to point out too.
Yeah,
it's a manga size, but it is still 55 pages, so it's more content for sure. So anyway, to answer your question, so Broken Trident, Janor, the main character of Broken Trident, he was my first, right there, the kind of pinkish purple guy. He was my first D&D character that I ever played, and we started to do a failed D&D YouTube channel, and I had commissioned an artist to draw the character for our YouTube channel, and that's how I met Eiler. He's the artist. And then a few years go by, and I have all this backstory that I have wrote on this character and another D&D character that will come into play later in a future comic. And I decided, okay, I've wanted to write comics my whole life. Let's make this happen. So I call this Travis, and I'm like, hey, let's do this for real. We used to write comics as kids. Like, let's actually make this happen. And he was very apprehensive about it, but he actually also had an underwater sea elf character, the blue guy on the cover of Broken Trident. Not that one, that cover, but yeah, the left side, the one kind of in the background with the brown coat on. Him. And Travis had a name for this species, Atetian, where I was using sea elf, which now I got to be careful because this whole D&D thing that came out. But so that's kind of how that came to be. And the gist of the story on Broken Trident is Janor left his underwater home to go be a pirate adventurer, And in the very first few pages of Broken Trident #1, he goes back to visit his home and it's destroyed. And then that sets up the whole story for not only Broken Trident, but the Keepers of Enoch saga in general. Because we're doing, our plan is 5 issues of Broken Trident and then 4 other miniseries all under the Keepers of Enoch's name.
But the big thing about How to Build an Army is that it was created by our artist. Our artist comes from the Philippines. He already finished all of this work by himself. We looked at all of this, and it ties into our world. It's so funny. Working with Eiler has been sort of eye-opening because like we have such a creative sync between the two of us. But then Eiler came in. He was originally just our artist, and the more we talked to him and the more we got to know him, he had this work done. And it was funny because the bad guys that come out in How to Build an Army are these snake people. And back when we were younger, we created like an entire
really bad version of those.
A really, really bad, yes.
Way before we ever knew Eiler.
We were super young and we were like creating comics as young children, but like
I may have a picture of it.
Eiler's entire idea actually tied into something that we had already written. And we were like, wow, this ties in. And it's super interesting because this is a manga that's coming into our world. And, you know, hopefully, if everything goes well when it funds, we have a world that's both Western comic and Eastern manga. And it ties in together.
Right.
You just we got to your 56 right here. So we got
wow.
We're at 148. So we got you where we promised you. We are actually above by an extra 1 here in money wise. So we are marking people off this list. Not to cut you off, but it's late at night, guys. I gotta get out of the
show. Thank you. Sorry, I'm rambling.
You're good. You're good. You're excited. Alan's here, and you want to impress him. You're like, I can tell stories too. I get it. I've met him in person. He's dreamy, and you just talk, and you hope he likes you.
Oh boy.
Listen, I wanted to. I know I've been really quiet on this whole thing. I'm really sorry about that. I'm a shy person. I just wanted to say I wasn't bullshitting. I literally here is my anthology horror shorts, which I think so that's it's
here's the bigger thing though. You said which one did I read? So you clearly weren't talking about mine.
No, I look literally. Pat can back me up. I've backed 95 Kickstarters at this point. I have a lot of books.
It's a lot.
I'm on a podcast tomorrow where I have to discuss Batman Hush, which I haven't read since it came out, and I'm having to reread that right now. And I gotta be honest, guys, it's not good.
That was a choice.
It's not good.
That was a choice.
Pat, you can't leave. Where are you going?
He's got someone
he's sending to.
It's Uber, his service Uber Smokes.
Uber Smokes. Okay.
That was dumb, and I apologize.
Trevor, have you got your $3 yet? Can someone give?
Actually, Charlie Stickney, who I was talking to over on Twitter, was like, "Hey, I'll back your book." So I don't know, by the transitive property of comics, I guess.
Actually, not a lot of people know this. I am Charlie Stickney. That's just another persona. Yeah, I make the big bank of white ash. Yeah, not a lot of people know that. I'm like, it's weirdly and that's actually what Clay and I were fighting about. He's like, how can you have this dual persona? Stop lying to people.
It hasn't been. I haven't announced it yet, but I've been posting like the various pull quotes people have provided for me for Octopus. And I haven't revealed Charlie's one yet, but I have it memorized because it's the best pull quote I've ever received, which is, Fairgray's writing dives deep into the butthole of life and manages to come out the other side somehow better. Which, I want us to go on record here, proves that Charlie Stickney doesn't know how buttholes work.
Right. Anyone see Charlie in the same space? I'm just saying.
I'll ask him about that next time I talk to him.
About the butthole, or about whether or not him and I are the same person?
All of it.
Look, here's one thing I'll say about Charlie. I fucking love Charlie because the first time he met me was at a party that I thought was a costume party and wasn't. And he still took me seriously as a person, even though I was dressed as Hamburglar.
Oh yes.
David Hazan wants to do a booth that masquerades as CJ, but instead it's just gay porn. Okay. Is that horror shorts or is that all right? No, they're right. Subtlety is dead. All right. So we got the $3 from Trevor. Yes, I'll take credit for Charlie Signey always. He is a good friend of mine. Though I've called him 3 times and we're at 3 times not answering. So Charlie, if you're watching this, are you dodging my calls? What's going on here? Like, what's going on, Charlie?
I thought you were he.
Right.
He was talking to himself again.
Again, right.
I leave myself messages like a memento, Clay.
That's why you can't. That's why you can't answer the phone, because you are Charlie.
All right. Let's see where Caleb's at. By the way, we are almost at 11. So anybody who has to go, if you want to say your goodbyes now, I keep my promises. So I'm going to get people backers. And when I finish this list, I'm going to hang out probably as late as I fucking want and try to get more backers because that's what I do. But does anybody have to go at 11? Because I want to be respectful because people have families and kids and you should love them.
I'm on Pacific time. I'm here all night, but also I'm sitting here. I'm just my brain is cranking to try and figure out like what the joke is about white ash. What's the horny version of it? Like, is it just white jizz? Or is it like me doing a joke? Because I only fuck guys in their 70s. That white ash describes what the cum looks like at that point. Like, I don't know where to go with this.
That one has legs.
It's just spider webs and dust.
So does anybody have to go for 11?
Yeah. On the note of having to go, I have to work at 5 a.m. and it's 10 p.m. here. So I'm going to just let Dave take this over.
I'll go back to being one penis.
Oh, wow. Yep. No extra penis anymore.
Get the Chinese finger trap off there. And
Right, if you have to
he's my brother, by the way. What the hell?
Wow.
What the hell? He's my brother.
See, I didn't know that.
We don't know what
Could be some Game of Thrones shit.
Yeah, but he's my brother.
I've done an inappropriate search. Things happen. Things come up sometimes. It's just that's what happens. All right, Pat.
Travis, thank you very much, Travis, for all this. I really appreciate the exposure and everything that you've done. So
now tell Alan you love him.
Alan already knows.
Yeah, I know.
I fangirled over his work more than my own.
Okay,
good night, guys. Thank you very much.
See you guys.
Bye.
Nice to meet you guys.
You gotta go. You normally have to go early. Do you have to go, Alan?
Yeah, I need to go take off. I got to be work early. Home health never sleeps.
That seems coincidental that Travis and Alan are leaving.
Yep.
At the same time.
Wow, Travis is available. That's so weird.
Yeah. All right. Have a good time. Make sure that you
play
take
safe.
Screenshots just in case something comes out bad later. Like you want evidence of what you said versus what he said. Right?
Yeah, I got you. I'll just tell him though. Make sure he calls me Travis as well, just because I want to make sure we're all in the same group.
How
Richard
am I
has
supposed to go to
poppers if
bed
you
when
need
I
'em.
keep hearing my name?
All right.
All right.
See you next week, Alan.
Yeah, thank you guys for everything, and I appreciate it. And you guys all are beautiful people, and you guys all are such amazing creators, and I'm so happy to be on here with all of you guys.
I always have your back, Alan, even when
Nice
you don't.
meeting you, Alan.
I have your back. All right, see you guys.
I want to just say, like, public service announcement. Obviously, Rush, most kind of famous brand of poppers. My bottle for Octopus is largely based on the design for Jungle Juice Premium, but my personal favorite, which is the cover of the Book of Octopus, is a tribute to Pig Sweat. Probably the best brand that I've found.
So we're good with backers here for Pat, but we need to get him $10 so he has $15,666, please.
Yeah, bro, I had someone actually cancel during the stream. They had enough of my shit, you know?
Can we get their information? Or we could just address it publicly. Like, someone has
Call them out. Go to the dashboard. Name and shame, Pat.
Accidentally go to the dashboard on screen. Yeah.
But yeah, we got your numbers, but we need to get $10 more over there. So I'm not done with you yet.
Bro, can we talk about that gorgeous fucking cover you have? That
Yeah, let's
version?
go back to that, please.
Oh my god, I love that thing.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Just scroll down. There's the full Monty's down there. Not the way you think.
It's coming. It's coming.
That's what she said.
Oh boy.
And
I have teenagers. They watch The Office and they absolutely love it, and it's fun to have kids that I can make those jokes with.
there's the
And here's the Virgin coming next.
yeah, keep going. Boom, right there.
So hold on. What cover is that? If I want to back this,
that the Virgin there is tier let's see,
or not even the Virgin, just the standard, either one, I guess. But
got you. Yeah, the standard of that is the $20 cover. That's marked down as a Cerulean Dreams #1 Celtis cover.
Okay.
Celtis is an incredible artist. I actually the first time I ever did 2 cons at the same time, I sent my editor to run my company's booth at FlameCon while I did Tropicon where I live. And FlameCon was a bit rough that year as far as looking for artists, but we found one gem, and that was Celtis. The artwork was absolutely amazing. We've been working on making a deal, and we're going to do at least 6 covers with Celtis. We got our second one today. This is the first one. It came in, and I thought, oh, this is not only the best cover I've made, this is just the best cover, period. I'm so happy with it. Yeah.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Baller, dude. I mean, that was like, I'm glad you made it. You should have just made that the image. You didn't even need a video with that thing.
Bro, I will tell you this. This was originally the cover for Smoke Weed to the Future Volume 3, which is a December 2023 campaign. And we got it, and I was like, no, this is going to be the next month's campaign. Yeah.
Hell yeah. Right call, brother. Right call.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you.
You know what's cool about all your covers too? Like they look like Magic the Gathering cards. Every single one of them look like they could be a modern Magic the Gathering card.
I am a collector, so there's that, you know. And also that one, the other one, the first big one, if you scroll down a bit, the Cindy Law featuring my character Logan from Destiny New York right there. That too, Cindy is a terrific artist. I was introduced by my minion Armin Nassim. I saw an image that Cindy did for Armin, and I grabbed his neck and I shook his body physically, and I said, "Who is this artist, bitch?" You know. And he introduced me, and Cindy is now doing 12 images for us, and I could not be happier with the state of the artists that we're working with. It's going to be a big year of evolution for us, and this is the first campaign with these new artists on board.
Yeah, and shaking Armin isn't really that big a deal because Armin weighs about like 100 pounds wet. So
no, bro, Armin's a little jacked. He always wears little, sleeveless shits. Yeah.
I met Armin in person last week. We went to go get some pizza, and I don't know. He looks a little frail.
Bro,
he's not.
Yeah. And I'm not going to stand up for Armin's body on this screen. What I'm wondering is, where the fuck was my invite?
Yo, that's on Armin, dude. It was all on him, dude.
This is fucked up.
I think we're gonna meet up this weekend, though. We should all link up Saturday or Sunday.
That'd be cool.
Wait,
so Armin's the only guy in person that I've met that made me feel like my energy level was inferior. Like that dude is so high energy. I love him.
So he's unreal. Yeah.
Are you all in Long Island?
Yeah. Armin and I actually live in the same town. We live maybe 3 minutes away from each other.
I mean, that's so weird. He probably moved right next to you on purpose, you know?
He's been living. Yeah, we went to the same college. It's actually crazy that I've never met him before until last week.
Have you known of him for a long time or not?
No, I only through you and Stokes.
Bro, I mean, what? It's so weird, dude.
I know, it's
so
crazy.
weird.
Can we get some comic creators to move to LA to hang out with me, please? I'm very sick of this whole East Coast elite bullshit.
Richard, all you got to do is put the bill in
Virginia. I'm in the bastard child of the East Coast. Nobody even comes to Virginia.
So this is for you, Danny. This is for Area 51.
Wait, firstly, Stokes is in Virginia. Hang out with him.
So am I the only one in the Midwest?
Where in the Midwest?
Minnesota.
Okay, I'm in Northwest Arkansas.
Oh, okay.
I did a road trip to Minnesota last summer.
Oh yeah,
times. Yeah.
Where to?
Twin Cities.
Oh, okay.
My niece was getting married.
Nice. So a couple of things, guys. I really need some movement here on these 2 books. We need Finding D. We're at 0. I know Lori left again. We offended her because Caleb was being a douche, and I'm apologizing. Caleb said what he said. There's nothing we can do about that. Like, that's over. But that doesn't mean you shouldn't back her. Like, please. Do I need to show the boobs again? Look.
Definitely need to show the boobs again.
Right. Giant boobs. Like, and she regrets nothing. So let's show a little bit of love, get a couple of backers, at least they get stuff. I mean, they're going to be fine, but you're going to get this book in February too. Like, the book's coming out fast.
Can you scroll down and pause on that T-shirt? I want to have a look at it. I might want that. But again, I'm backing after the live stream is ended, so that I don't count to the numbers.
That one, the Unlikely Hero one?
That's a good T-shirt.
That's a good T-shirt.
I want that.
But we need that. And then Caleb, even though he said things that are offensive, we're not going to cancel him. We're going to continue to move positively about Caleb.
Cancel Caleb. Cancel Caleb.
Yep. I've already started the hashtag.
So if we can get Caleb one more backer over here, that would be great. And then we will be done for the night, primarily, and then we can just talk shop. I'm even willing to let some new other creators come in and hang out. So we've got to finish what we've started though here. So if anybody's watching this and you're looking for something to back, throw a couple bucks, throw a buck over here, throw a buck at Finding D. We would really appreciate it. We are all in this together. We're all one community. I think it's important. When I think about life and what's important about life, it's about community and building each other up. Like, I think at the end of the day, that's what matters. So, and that's when you see me. Thank you for the support, whoever backed out Finding D. It's an awesome book. Always support Fish. We debated whether or not you were married earlier. So if you have that answer, we assume not. But yeah, community is so important. And I think that, when we talk about what we're doing and why we're doing things, I will literally go to bat for anybody who's for the community, and I will go to war anybody who I think is not against the community, because it's important to lift these things up. And people who don't get that are the bad apples of this indie comic scene. And if you look at any pro and you read any of their friggin' backstories or their blogs, they're talking about how hey, I got Matt Fraction this job and I got this job. Guess what, guys? When one person makes it, we help each other out. That's the way you do it. And anybody who's not in that fucking camp is not going to make it, in my opinion.
Can I be sincere for a second?
Sure.
Okay. Here's the thing, and keep it on this campaign because I like that's actually good. I think a lot of people really get into the mindset that when they're trying to make it, they want to look at the people who are the next level up or 5 levels up from them or whatever, and they're going to grab onto that and say, can I know that person? Can I talk to that person? Will they help me? And then when you look at all of the stories, which is, in any industry, is can you believe that all of these people were friends? Can you believe that all of these, people at the top level of comedy were all friends? People at the top level of directors were all friends. They all went to school together, all that kind of shit. The truth is, we build each other up. We are the people who will be with each other when we get to the top. And then people will be saying, oh my God, did you know that, Pat Shand used to be friends with Richard Fairgrave before he even made it to Richard's level,
And I hope Pat can make it there. Let's stick on that for a little bit.
We're talking about numbers of men, specifically.
I mean,
the one
what a
that
mountain
really
to climb.
excel versus him.
What a mountain to climb.
No, look, I can be sincere for a second and then it sort of falls apart. But no, really, we do build each other up. Travis is right.
Yeah.
We
true.
are going to look back at that. People are going to talk about us as people who knew each other, and they're going to be amazed by this. And I get a little sentimental about this sometimes, but I think it's true.
It is true. And I will say that I did have a chance, probably not to compete with your numbers, but I was once invited to a bear fair, and I feel like I could have fucking swept up.
Holy shit. The world where the beauty standard is body hair and eating a lot of red meat.
Yeah, bro.
Damn. Look, the first time I ever went to a bear bar, it was this place called Urge in Auckland, New Zealand, that had been voted best bear bar in the world. And I'd been asked to do some posters for a fisting competition that we're doing. This comes up a lot in my life. Also, the reason my mother called me to tell me she'd read the entire Wikipedia article on fisting because she'd seen on Facebook I'd done these posters. Anyway, I get to this bar. I've never been there before. My three friends who are with me are like, this doesn't look like our kind of place. We should go. Before they can finish that sentence, I have been lifted off the ground, carried to the bar as a fat, hairy man, given 3 drinks, and like had various bottles of poppers waved under my nose.
Let's
It's
go.
the most beautiful I've ever felt.
Let's go.
See, you maybe converted me here because I'm not Jewish, but I want to be lifted on a chair and people call me a man. Like I've wanted to do that my whole life and no one has done that. And it sounds like if I go into the gay community, this can happen to me too.
Listen,
It seems feasible.
Travis, next time you're in LA, let me know. I'll take you to Slammer. They got a lot of good themes. Wet Wednesday, Senior Discount Sunday. Those are really the 2.
All right, so Lori has got to her point, guys. Thank you so much. Richard's heartfelt message has gone out. So let's check on Caleb. Let's check on our boy Caleb. By the way, for anybody who thinks I'm serious, Caleb did not say anything to thank Lori. If anybody did, it was me. But Lori and I are friends, and so are me and Caleb. So I think we're okay. In fact, Lori and I are doing a book together. Don't tell anybody.
We won't.
Okay, thank you.
Our lips are sealed.
Nobody will.
It's gonna be awful when he asks us to help promote it later on. But I'm sorry, we made a promise.
We swore a blood oath.
All right, guys. We need one. I know this is a reprint, so it's harder to get to where it needs to go. But this bastard, I actually wouldn't even be doing these again if it wasn't for him. He got me back. He was like, dude, you have the scout book. I have the scout book. We need to promote it. So I did one last week, and I got the bug. And I wanted to help. I knew Richard was going live. Richard asked if I would do one because Pat Shan talks up that this is a good show to be on. And I like Chris's book a lot. I'm excited to read it. So I decided to do it. And then the rest of you guys are just extras from those interactions. So you can thank them. And then Clay was like, hey, can I get in? And there was like 5 other people. And I was like, of course Clay can get in. Like, we got to get Clay in here. Just so all these, they're probably hate watching right now going, why can't I be on the show? Because Clay Adams is here. That's why.
Sorry, everybody. Not sorry.
So we just need one backer over here. It's a variant of his book before it goes to Scout. So therefore it has some sort of value. You get a cool silver edition. It's going to be shiny, metal, holographic shenanigans. He's very proud of this. If you haven't read the horny unicorn that stakes vampires, you should. It's in the octopus, but this book is also good.
Don't get me started on vampires. Here's what I'm going to say about this book, to be really sincere. Do you know what is famously the hardest fucking thing to draw? Horses. What happens when you add a horn to that? You get what I call a horns.
The horns?
They call it a unicorn. It's the hardest thing to draw. Give it money.
Right.
Like
Please, for the love of God.
Also,
his girlfriend went, like, poor him. He apparently had a beautiful ski trip that, those are pretty expensive. Poor him. His girlfriend got hurt in the ski trip. So
he is nursing her back to health.
He's nursing her back to health. I assume it's like, what is that? A Little House on the Prairie. I assume that's what it looks like at his house. He's going through the snow. Just trying to help this poor woman.
You think he's keeping his injured girlfriend in a separate house that he has to walk through the snow to get to?
Well, yeah, she probably has her period. You can't,
Well, that were on the trip before it started. Then
listen, you know who else?
Why do you think you're skiing, sir?
You know who else had a hurt girlfriend on a ski trip? Corey Matthews of Boy Meets World. If you're feeling nostalgic, it's time to support Topanga in her time of need and back this book.
Speaking of big books.
These are all tragic stories. Tales of Old Success. So we need to throw Caleb a little bit of support and be like, hey, how can we help? So see where we're at. Sorry, I'm working on some stuff in the background. Let's see where we're at. We have gone nowhere, guys. Nothing has changed. Our pleas mean nothing.
All right.
Oh, Caleb's in the background saying, well, Caleb, do you need to come back on? I mean, you have the link. We're trying to get you that extra. Oh, he is here. He heard we were talking shit. Caleb is here to address it. So, Caleb.
PJs.
I was just about to say, can we just address the PJs before we
Snuggie? Are you wearing a Snuggie?
I'm wearing a hoodie. It's like a giant hoodie, but it's like a 6XL.
Nice.
Caleb, why did you kiss Linda Cardellini when Topanga was watching?
Yeah. I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know what that means.
That's absolutely fine.
I'm like, I might be too young for whatever you're saying.
I'm
no, what that means is you're probably in Richard's camp. That's what that means. So, Caleb, everybody is funded, but they're like, we don't like unicorns. Like, I don't know what's going on. If for some reason it's unicorns and boobs that are struggling tonight, which is very strange.
Well, I have told Mike Teener that maybe he would like my book if I put boobs on the unicorn.
Right. So we need one more backer so I can, finish off my sheet. So can you talk about your book here and about these unicorns? Like, what is this about? Why did you trip your girlfriend on a ski trip and like now nurse her back to health, Carrie style? Like, what's going on? Is that Carrie? No, that was what was
Misery.
That? Misery style.
I was thinking that earlier when you said she was in a separate house.
We were racing down the mountain. That is true. And her skills were just not up to par, and she tripped herself. But this is a book it's not correct for this stream because it's well loved by 8-year-old girls.
Right.
You should not watch this stream.
Be very educated.
Fair assessment.
And it's a fairy tale about two boys who grow up together in a fantasy kingdom, and then one of them becomes a master wizard and one becomes a unicorn. It's a story about friendship and found family, and learning to get over your pride.
All right. Hold on a second. Hold on. I got something I got to address with you here, but we got to chill this fucking shit up. Is your book 3 cover your Scout cover?
No.
Okay. They just look similar.
So it's somewhat similar. So in the issue 3 cover, we've got Enrique, who's the main bad guy vampire in the background, and Edward the unicorn in front. The Scout cover, which is different, has Federico, who's Enrique's brother, in the background, and it has both Edward and Jezebel, who is the little girl, young woman, main character on the cover. They're different. They are similar. For the Scout cover, we put Federico because he's an important character, but he, spoiler alert, dies in the first issue.
Wow.
And,
so that's why we're not getting pledges, because you're just giving like the whole plot away to everybody.
Well, I believe in giving away the whole plot to everybody. I said this on your stream last week.
Which was your fault. The only reason why we did that stream is because of you.
Yeah. And I appreciate that. And yeah, I like telling people what happens in the story and just giving them long previews. And on this current Kickstarter, you can read the whole first issue. I mean, there's a Kickstarter for a reprint of issue 1, and you can just get the whole digital first issue for free. There's a link on the Kickstarter page.
What are you doing? You're bad at this.
I mean, I don't know that I'm that bad at it. It's a reprint, and I've raised $5,000, Travis. So
all right, fair enough.
I'm on Team Caleb on this one. Like, I think, like people, the most successful Kickstarters are all web comics that are available for free.
Right, that's true.
We give the content to people want it in a physical form.
But we got you to 132, so we are finished.
We did it. We did it. Thank you.
I don't have to go home. I'm willing to hang out and keep promoting you guys as shit. But I wanted to say that we have completed our task for anybody who wanted to be done. Guys, the minute we hit that 2, like our numbers watch, like 5 people drop. They're like, all right, cool. But I am cool to hang out. We're cool to bring other people on who want to come and hang out with us. So if you know me personally, message me on Facebook or Twitter, and I can get you on if you want to hang out, because I am cool with hanging out with people.
Is Danny Morales still one of the viewers? Are you able to see that?
You can't see who's viewing. You just see a number. But Danny is here.
I just, the reason I asked, because a while ago while we were talking, he had mentioned that I think he was the one that said Broken Trident was in his store.
Yeah, the collective has Broken Trident. In fact, that's the last time you're on my show. We got you that retail OTL from Dan.
Okay. That I was going to ask if that was the name of his Kickstarter, because I saw they backed this one now too. And then is that, so you were telling me that is that your local store?
That is not my local store, but that is a store that I do a lot of exclusives with.
Okay.
So I spend a lot of time there. I go up there on the regular. My local store is Famous Faces and Funnies, but I am there at least once a month.
So the collective is the one earlier that you mentioned that you saw that Broken Trident was in?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I bought it there, actually.
Okay, awesome. Yeah, and I'm going to come back to that too. Just when other Travis was going off about Alan, and then Alan was talking about how much he appreciated the love, I just wanted to say the same thing to you, Travis, that like when you said that you were disappointed that we didn't bring out Broken Trident 2, that actually was like a huge boost to me. Like, like, oh, I love you, man. Like that's so good to hear someone say it out loud, you know. Same thing Alan said, like it's one thing to read it, but another to hear it out loud. So
yeah.
Thank you.
So Tony Clapper, famous Tony Clapper, is here. He is a great Kickstarter supporter, creator, like a great dude all around. So hi, good night, good evening, Tony. Does any of you creators, need to take off? You want to hang out for a little bit? I'll hang out till midnight.
I'm good for a bit.
I am actually going to jump back off. I just wanted to come and correct the record because Alan told me y'all were talking mad shit about me on this stream.
You shouldn't have been so offensive earlier.
We don't have to address the whole thing. From what I understand, the Super Comic Bros are going to address this on Tuesday night with a full EFAP. That's correct, Chris, right?
Yeah, we have a full show. We actually have 2 shows planned next week, Tuesday and Thursday. Both of them on this show.
The Caleb side and the Lori side of it all.
Exactly. We have a whole arc planned out, and we're gonna just milk this for views.
Right, smart.
And Caleb, my thing was that I was doing a joke about Boy Meets World because there's famously a ski trip episode where Topanga and Corey break up.
I see.
Yeah, it was one of those
I've never seen.
You know,
I've never seen Boy Meets World. I like to think of myself as a younger millennial. But there is a ski trip episode. Okay, I'll watch it. I mean, ski trip episodes are great. The ski trip episode of It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia is like one of the all-time greatest TV episodes.
It is very good.
Ever.
I've never seen that show.
So
I'll watch that. You watch Boy Meets World, which is where
the I'll watch every season.
Caleb, where were you skiing?
A mountain called Mount Spokane, which is outside of Spokane, Washington.
Oh, I was curious. I'm about to go to Colorado next month to go to Keystone. So.
Oh, right on. Yeah,
Keystone Breckenridge. So.
Oh, nice. I mean, that's like a much more famous mountain than Mount Spokane.
Right. We go there every year. So.
Who's cat screaming?
I know.
Sorry, that's my. Well, it's. I'm at my Travis, my brother.
That's your brother screaming in the background.
Cat scream. Yeah.
Hey, don't be sorry, man. I want to meet your cat. You brought this cat.
I can go get him.
I mean, he's trying to.
Should I bring him on the stream?
I think so. Yeah.
Right. I just like that someone mentioned a mountain that I've heard of. That was really exciting for me.
Well,
listen. The reason that Travis is really excited about the cat is because of his book "As of the Barbed," which is about cat dicks.
Travis is excited about the cat.
Okay. Sorry. I always call Pat Travis.
Why?
Pat is excited about the cat because he's into cat dicks. He wrote a whole book about it.
Very good.
Oh,
that joke works for the audience who knows about the physiognomy of cat dicks, which is great. That's I mean that is for me personally. It's true.
Yeah, I wish I hadn't laughed so quickly.
Yeah, I mean, bro. Exposed, dude.
So, Caleb, what happened? I just want to make sure it's clear and you hear it from me first. The shit you said to Lori really offended her and she left.
Right. Of course.
Right.
Of course.
And that's why we had to kick you. And we understand.
Of course.
that probably tomorrow there'll be an apology of some sort, or you're going to announce you're joining CG, and we understand these decisions, and we'll support you on one of those two actions. You figure out which one.
Okay. I did it. Yeah. Correct. Totally.
Right. And that's why Chris is going to address it and use it as content, because, I mean, content is everything.
Content is king. We live in a tension of society.
It's true.
You know?
It's true.
It
Pat knows.
was the overculture. We are viewed 360.
But I do believe that this is going to get you more backers in the long run. So you're welcome. But that's it. That's it.
Yes, very funny. Ha ha.
Caleb, you seem tired.
Sorry. Alan was messaging me because Alan didn't actually have to go. He was just sick of all your guys' bullshit.
Alan, I get mad at Stokes for a lot of things, but really I should get mad at Alan, because Alan does the same shit and I treat him fine. We need to address that. In fact, add that to your content list, Chris. I'm going to call out Alan in great detail.
Sounds like you need to get called out, Travis.
I mean, you can, but that's probably not going to work out so well for you. But let's do it. I'm excited.
I guess we'll see. I think we have more subscribers than you on both of your channels combined.
How many backers have you got on my channel versus your own?
You can't quantify that, man. How am I supposed to know?
Chris, I wouldn't know about you if you weren't friends with Stokes.
But that's fine. That's fine, dude. Stokes is.
I'm saying at least one from your channel.
Yeah, there you go. Stokes loves the attention,
It's 1/9 of the people here, which means worldwide, that's a fucking huge number.
Monumental.
If you put the 8 billion on, that's great.
Yeah. 1/9 of 8 billion. I don't know how to do 1/9 of 8. That's insane math.
I was really mad the other day when I found out we just hit 8 billion, and 8 billion genies was clearly made before that. So somebody was lying.
It's fucked up.
Books are fiction. That's bullshit.
Wait, did you think that 8 billion genies was about 8 billion people?
It is about 8 billion people.
Really?
Yes, every person gets a genie.
That's okay. I don't want to. I want to know nothing more about that. That
book is so good. Here's the concept, Richard. Everyone in the world gets a genie at the same time, and then some of their wishes can counter other people's wishes. Everyone gets one wish, and it gets fucking crazy. And it deals with it 8 seconds, 8 minutes, 8 hours, 8 days. What
would you? Is it a 3-wish genie, like standard genie?
Nope, it's one.
One wish. Okay. Are they tricky monkey paw wishes, or are they?
No, they're real wishes, but somebody else's wish somewhere else in the whole world could have countered your wish by what they wish, because it's first come, first serve.
Whenever I do a wishbone with someone, I always wish for the bigger half of the wishbone, so if I get it, it comes true.
Smart. And you got a 50-50 shot.
Well, no, because if I don't get it, it doesn't come true, which is how it works. It's 100% chance.
Bye,
okay,
Caleb.
I'm leaving. Bye. Back Pocus Hocus.
I love you, Caleb.
Bye.
Hey, Caleb, one question before you leave. One question.
What's that?
Did you get a message from Scout today of they're sending you something?
Where would I have gotten a message from Scout?
Just on email.
No, they didn't send me anything. Why?
I just got a random message. They're sending me something, and I have no idea what the fuck they'd send me. Probably a cease and desist.
They don't.
God,
I mean, they don't.
That's
Scout doesn't talk to me. I have to back Andrea or James Hake into a corner in a dark alley for them to give me any feedback or anything.
How it goes.
So,
all right. Good night, brother.
Bye.
Speaking of Scout, Travis, do you have 2 books with Scout, or is one with Scout and one?
Coins of Judas is with a Band of Bards, which is a different book.
Okay, that's what I thought.
I have multiple issues coming.
Granite State Punk is with Scout, right?
Yes,
okay.
And they're picking up the later issues too, not just the one. But yeah.
Oh, okay.
Was Granite? Did you have a variant cover by Laura?
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Charlie's got us.
think that was how I heard about that for the first time. I like that a lot.
Yeah. It's a good book. I recommend it. And I tend to like be shy about my writing a little bit, but Greatest Day Puck's fucking awesome.
Oh, I'm super stoked. By the way, it's on my weekend read list. That's why it's on my fucking desk. Is because I mean I don't care about kissing your ass. I got to kiss everybody else's so they give me funding. But
I'm going to become like Pat and just start holding up comic covers all the time.
Travis,
Casually.
it's beautiful. It's beautiful. I saw how the cover gleams and glimmers, and I'm gonna base my print run off of the quality of this book.
Yeah.
I mean, I go wood free with my covers because I like something that feels a little sort of smoother.
Speaking of feeling smoother, the opening line of this could be an opening line from one of your books, Richard.
What is it?
Travis, may I?
Yeah, go ahead, read it. It's a good one.
It says, when I was wicked young, like 10 years old, I was in Maple Street Elementary School. I was peeing in a stall next to another kid, and I looked over at my first uncircumcised dick.
Sold me on the book.
I don't know what better opening you can ask for in a comic.
Right.
It's a great
I
opening.
feel that speaks to everyone. Everyone should get that on some level.
You
There are
definitely
these, like certain lines and things that will like you'll never forget. I'm not a huge fan of the Tank Girl comics. Like I love that movie because I saw it at the exact right age. That as a result, the comics did nothing for me because they weren't the movie. And I know most people disagree with that, but whatever. But there's a line in the introduction to the first trade collection where it says, I was a bad kid at school. I once pissed my pants in an assembly and blamed the kid next to me. I'll never forget it. It's so fucking good.
Let's go through that. What's your favorite line in a comic book? Does anybody else have a good favorite line?
It's hard. I don't know.
It's the moment in I Feel Sick issue 2 where Devi just stares and says, "I'm going to shoot you." It just feels very real.
I can't think of exactly how it goes, and it's not my favorite of all time, but favorite of recent. When Jonathan Hickman took over X-Men, there's a line where Professor Xavier is explaining like that the whole world needs the island of Krakoa for the medicine. God, it's driving me nuts that I can't think of what he says, but it's so powerful. He basically just says, "Fuck you, you need us." And they're at this whole like meeting with it's him and Magneto and who else is there from the X-Men, but I'm gonna look it up while you guys say yours.
Yeah, they're at that round table with the.
Yeah, you know what I'm talking about.
No, I know the
Yeah.
scene.
Yeah.
Clay, Chris, Trevor.
I found my quote actually. It's an Alan Moore quote, and it is simply, "The dusk reeks of fornication and bad consciousness. Bad consciences. I believe I shall take my exercise." And that's before Rorschach walks into a bar and beats the shit out of some dude.
Nice. I have to go Alan Moore also, just because one of the first comics I ever bought was the second part of Whatever Happened to the Man of Tomorrow.
And good book.
It ruined me for like most other comics because I was like, why aren't they all this good? So I have to go with this is an imaginary story, aren't they all?
Right.
Clay, can you do that one more time in your Alan Moore impression, please?
Oh yeah.
Thank you. Great.
Oh Jesus.
You're a voice impression. Come on, you can do it.
I have to hear it. I can do the impression, but I have to hear it first. Can somebody
Could you please do your Alan Moore?
Alan Moore. This is an imaginary story. Aren't they all?
Okay.
I don't know. Let me go worship a snake god sock puppet for a little bit, and I get
my buddy Theo has a character who's just called Easily Confused Alan Moore, where he'll just show up and do an Alan Moore impression where he has misunderstood one of his own titles.
What about you, Chris? You got one?
Off the top of my head, it'd probably be, I guess, the opening for Black Sad when he sees his dead ex-flame, and he's like what a way to like start your morning, basically, like a dead dream or something like that. I'm misquoting it terribly, but it's like it's such a like a. You get so into the story right away, and the voiceover, especially in that first issue, is just so heavy and good. And I mentioned it earlier. It definitely inspired my book Soma City. And yeah, it's just so good. But anyone that hasn't read Black Sad, you gotta get that down.
What you got, Charlie?
I don't. I mean, the only line that's going through my head, something from One Punch Man, where it says, "They want your body," and he goes, "I'm not into guys." That's it.
Again, as Alan Moore.
So, mine is from a comic called Stray Bullets, which not a lot of people have read, but some people
Them, right? Yeah.
So there's an issue where this girl and this guy, they've been kind of flirting on whether or not they're going to be a couple the whole issue. They've killed people, all sorts of stuff, and this girl's just like demanding answers the whole time, like, what are we, and they're in the middle of like this, like having to hide a body, and like she's just finally drove him crazy, and he's like, look, I don't care who knows we fuck. I don't care who wants to see us fuck. I don't want to care who hears us fuck. All I want to do is fuck you. I want to fuck only you every day, all fucking day, starting right fucking now. And as a teenage boy, I was like, that is the most romantic thing I've ever heard in my life.
I was just going to say, I want my wife to say that now. You know?
Right? Like, I was like, that's all I want a woman to say to me. That's it. This is it. This is it. Like, this is love. Like, so... Shout out to Dave Lepan and me being one of his 1,000 readers of Stray Bullets because it's not super popular.
But actually, I'd never heard of it until I attended one Small Press Expo like forever fucking go, and yeah, I met him there, and yeah, I just picked up a copy because I was like, oh, he's a nice guy, I'll buy it, and I never actually even read it.
You don't need a huge audience to have an incredibly long-running series.
Right, that's true.
That's true.
And Stray Bullets is really good too. You have to read a lot of it to understand it's really good. It's one of those books where if you pick up one issue, you'd be like, this is okay. But if you read a lot of it, you're like, no, this is fucking good. I didn't realize this.
How long does it take to get good?
I think the second trade.
Oh.
I think it's not even about when the book gets good. It really is just a matter of like how much of it you have read. You could start anywhere and read for a certain number of issues. There's like a connection you make with it.
Right.
That sort of just it changes the way you read the rest of it. And I know that sounds wishy-washy and bullshit, but it really is true. Like you become immersed by it.
No, that feels right to me too. I mean, that's I had that same experience with a lot of long-running comics, where you need a while, especially with these big casts, these character-driven epics that we don't really get that much more these days. There's one. But like, Why the Last Man? It's
oh, I love that book.
When it first starts, that it's very the concept is cool, but you don't really care that much about the characters until you are 4 trades deep, and you're like, oh shit, no, this is great now.
Yeah.
Once you realize.
It's funny you say that because I watched the first episode last night, and I'll see how I think of it because it's definitely running way ahead of itself.
Yeah, I think it's the same with television as well. Though, like think of a show like Community, where you are getting to know the characters at the same rate they're getting to know each other,
right.
And so of course, like you actually feel uncomfortable with them for the first 3 or 4 episodes until you tune into like who they are.
Yeah.
Yeah, and well, Yorick, until he mansplains for the 7th time when he's the only man in the world, like that's when you get Yorick. You're like, this guy is fucking dumb.
Yes. As rocks, dude. Oh my god.
He's still mansplaining, even though it's 7, like way many years. Like,
well, it's the beautiful thing of like when a mediocre man who believes he's the best man on earth gets to be that.
Right.
Yeah.
It's wish fulfillment.
He's not even a good magician.
Because there is no such thing.
Well,
and I think I'll spoil the book. The being saved by you being a disgusting human being and having monkey poop is the best.
It's
the best reason for you to survive and gives me so much joy.
When I finished that book, I was like, and at first my heart was broken. I was like, that's the climax? That's the fucking answer? And then it hit me and I was like, yes, it's brilliant. It's one of the best books. I've read it twice. I rarely read books over and over again, but I read that entire series twice. It's so damn good.
It's a good one.
Yeah. Hey, we were talking about retailer stuff earlier, man. I got to gloat. My retailer messaged me on Facebook earlier this afternoon and said he sold out of number 1. He bought 200 copies of a store exclusive cover, 200 copies gone. So he wants to get a second print.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
Is our the retailer Danny? Is he still in the chat by any chance?
I don't think he's in the chat, but I can let him know if you have a message for him. Do you have a retail too?
I'm interested to know, because I'm not going to be doing individual issues. I'm going to be going straight to collected volumes with everything I do.
Mhm.
What is the price point that makes that appealing on a Kickstarter book or a retailer?
They really need to get it at like 50% to get it with a medium set of copies for full trades, because trades sit for a little bit.
Yep.
No, I know it's going to be 50%. I mean, more like what is the sale price point that makes it appealing? Because obviously, for the most part, Kickstarter trades are far more than comic store trades.
Yeah, I mean, he has no problem selling Cthulhu, but again, it's Cthulhu. Like, everybody's looking. Like, there's a percentage of the audience that comes in looking for Cthulhu stuff.
Yeah.
I don't know, but it is. They are very. This sounds really horrible, and I apologize, but they are very close to where a tragic accident happened in Orlando. So they do have a populace of that.
Okay.
They're very their store is very close to that. That's a
yeah. That it's one of those things where there are certain events that sometimes make certain things very popular,
right?
And as the creator of those things, like I have a picture book about gorillas and a picture book about elephants, and every time a famous gorilla dies or a famous elephant dies in any of the countries where those books are available, I get a big fucking royalty check, because every school and every library goes hog wild for those things. Right. And it's like, that makes me feel real weird.
Yeah. So Harambe is like life-changing for you.
Yeah, Harambe literally, like, it was a surprise $17,000.
Jesus!
Bro, I mean, for $17,000, if I were you, I'm fucking Pat Hunter.
Like a gorilla.
Okay? Yeah, I mean, bro.
Going to
all right, so I got some messages in the background that people are trying to take off. So let's go through everybody's campaign one more time to see if we can get one more little bit of money. How's that sound?
Sounds good to me.
Sounds good. We'll start with the person who doesn't like me the most. So Chris, that'll be you.
We have no beef, Travis.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying.
We actually have a little bit of beef, but it's okay. We'll let that slide for now.
Stream, or do you want to stream talk about it? Or do you want to just nasty tweet against each other?
No, we'll subtweet, and then we'll make a video on it. But Control Z numbers 1 and 2, the first 2 issues of this 4-issue sci-fi miniseries. It's funding right now. There's only 12 days left. If you like The Matrix, if you like Ready Player One, if you just love amazing comic book art, story, fast-paced, awesome, just sci-fi cool shit, this is the book for you. I mean, everything here is just dope. We have amazing artists: Tina Valentino, Francesco Mazzoli, Riccardo Secchi. Check out the trailer. We have amazing music. We have original pages. We have so much. And then a bunch of back catalog shit that it will definitely be amazing reads for anyone that wants to take a look and support Red Sea Comics.
What's the because you gave like the generic, what's the universe? What's going on in the universe?
So Control Z is set in a world where humanity has migrated to a simulation called Cyberscape, and our main character Eidolon is a sentry or a moderator for the simulation. And when people start to go missing, it's up to her to find out the connection between the disappearances and a mysterious yet attractive foe, the admin.
Nice. Now this book looks fire. I was excited when I saw it. So I'm excited. It's doing great. It's doing great. This is your most successful Kickstarter to date so far?
Yeah, so far we've most backers, highest funded so far. So hoping to set the bar a little bit higher and see if we can meet that with the next campaign afterwards.
5 figures, baby.
We're hoping. We're pushing.
5-figure Moses. Let's go.
5-figure Moses.
Yeah.
5-figure Mario.
We can get out the chart, and I can tell you where you level up on the chart next time.
Oh, okay.
Well, for those who know, like there's a chart. Oh, Brian Ross is here. Hey, Brian, how are you, man? There's a lot of great campaigns if you want to check them out. There's a chart on Kickstarter that tells you like how many people in that category have made that much money. And it's the only place that I can be close to Pat Sham because I'm only one level below, and it makes me feel good.
You're in like a rectangle that's touching him right now.
Right, exactly.
How
I
much
can
more
put
do
it
I
right
have
next
to
to me.
make?
I
How
mean,
much-
Yeah, and right. Well,
Yeah.
he was below you before. It was like a beautiful corpse, where he was your torso. He's your
That's on
Krang.
bottom.
How much more would I have to make to be in a level even above that, though?
you got to get to 200,000.
Oh, okay.
Pat, you want
On a single campaign. On a single campaign.
Pat, do you want
where
a
is
cool
this
dick
chart?
cover from me or
It's a
anything?
single campaign.
I'll
Hey,
help you
right?
out. More dicks than any other cover.
I mean, if we could break a record, that would be crazy. As far as
Well-
like the quantity of dick per cover,
There are 29 dicks on the Haunted Hill cover.
I feel like
I
we
don't-
got to do that.
I've never seen a comic with that many dicks on the cover before.
Yeah, I feel like we can at least get to like.
11 of them are coming.
Oh, no, I mean that's a lot though.
Yeah, that's the
Simulation,
hardest thing
yeah.
to coordinate.
That's
So,
a lot of simulation.
But yeah, so one more shout out for Chris. This is where you find it. I'm going to share it. We have a lot of people who just logged on to see us, so which is awesome. So I'm going to make sure we share out his link, guys. If you are on YouTube, you can click his link. Please give him some love. I have big hopes for this book. If this book reads as good as it fucking looks, this is a slam dunk, man. Like,
Yeah. I've read Chris's stuff. I can tell you, I can pretty much guarantee it does. So I'm not gonna like drool all over you like the other guys did, like Travis, so the other Travis. So, but I love you, brother.
No, I appreciate that, man. And yeah, I mean, Control Z when I wrote it was some of the best stuff I've ever written, and so I hope everybody enjoys it. But obviously, we're always getting better with every project. So
Love the mentality, man.
Now the horny spinoff is called Control X.
Horny spin, yeah, it should be.
Comic.
It should be. Horny spinoff is
XXX.
it is on the way. Penciled in summer 2024. We're going full Charlie Stickney on this. So
Finally, someone's doing a sexy Charlie Stickney book. I cannot wait.
Yes, exactly. Charlie Stickney is the main character.
how I slept my way through Control X.
Maybe that's it.
Oh, see, I was doing a way darker joke. I was doing like a manipulation of your ex.
Oh,
I thought you were like circumcised.
Don't give us real writing stuff. It's way too late for that.
Yeah, I was thinking controlled like triple X. Like
I'm a bottle and a half deep on this wine, guys, and some of it was a half bottle that I found. So keep up.
Let's go to Area 51. Tell us about this book and not about New York.
Yeah, So this book takes place in not New York. It's a sci-fi thriller about a half extraterrestrial boy who's kind of forced to try to uncover the truth surrounding his father's murder when a mysterious figure puts it into question, and it sends him into this Cold War genetics conspiracy and forces him to face a twisted ghost from his past that challenges everything he knows about himself and what it means to be human. I too am trying to take it up a notch and hit that 5-figure threshold, and I very much think that we have a chance of doing it. We got some incredible talent. If you end up getting down to like issues 5 and issue 6, Samuel Iwunze is doing, I think, some of the best art in comics, period. He's an absolute juggernaut. Super emotive, but also textured, and like the page layouts and designs are just like some of the most insane I have ever seen. So very fortunate to be working with such talented guys. And
Nice. No, I'm excited about it. I think it's going to be a great book. I can't wait to hang out with you at MegaCon.
Same, man.
We got to do that.
For sure.
This right here, man, this is where I'm talking, though. I'd like to see all 6-year covers right here, the show that's a 6-issue miniseries.
So I will move it up there. Upon your request, I did move it up if you scroll down slightly, just so that you didn't think that I was ignoring you. Right.
No.
Right there.
That make it less complicated because that people think they need to buy that many books. So just do cover A's.
Okay.
And put up at the top because people think like, oh my God, that's a lot to buy.
But Trevor, do just cover A's, but make the cover 6 just slightly bigger than the others, so people know it's the one that's being highlighted as the most recent one.
Heard that. That's good advice. I appreciate.
I think that'll help get people to think. People want. I think Pat was talking about it the other night. People want complete series, so if they know it's complete and done, people want that. Highlight that. But I think you need to show them that this is for everything. It's not just for the one.
Heard that. No, that's good advice. I'll definitely be making that adjustment either later tonight or tomorrow. But passionate story. And like I said, y'all get sci-fi from somebody with an actual background in molecular biology. So, it comes from a real spot.
Boom.
Chris, are you an admin through for cybersecurity on your end? Just on the side.
Yeah, I have. I'm a secret agent. And I code. No, I'm just a humble English major who has no real skills but writing.
Well, your last name's Moses, so I mean, clearly you come from royalty. I mean, you got that going for
I
you.
also have a cult following. But yeah, no, that's super sick, Trevor. Your book looks super dope, man. You're doing some big shit.
Oh, thank you, man. I appreciate it. It's definitely been a hustle, and it's been a pleasure working on a book like this. Same to you, dude. Like it's good to see another young guy like coming up and killing it and doing something rad. Like you talking about it, actually, I'm just like, oh shit. Well, I guess I got to add Soma City onto my package. So I guess you have that to look forward to tonight.
Yeah, I appreciate that, man. And yeah, are we the only under 30s on the show right now?
God damn it.
I mean, I'm young too, but
Sure you are, Pat. Sure you are.
You're closer to 50, you turd.
Hey, Chris, where did you go to school as an English major?
I went to NYU.
Okay, gotcha. I was trying to see if you and Armin went to where I went because I was an English major too.
Oh, where did you go?
Gang. I went to Malloy College, nursing school.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, very cool. Very cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was just in the arts and sciences at NYU, but Armin was at the business school. Armin's a filthy business major.
I mean, can you not tell though, right?
Exactly what I was gonna say.
That
those kids all have a a stigma around them. The stern kids.
Hey, Chris, I'm an NYU alum as well.
Hey, awesome.
Fightin' Violets. I like to add the fightin' because Violets just doesn't sound like a great mascot. So
yeah, no, they have
they
have like a lynx running around or something. It's like really
bobcat.
ugly.
Wait,
Bobcat, there you go.
Your school mascot is the NYU Violets?
It is the NYU Violets.
The NYU pussies,
Well, that might be a medical condition.
I mean, the best part about NYU was 60-40 women to men, so that was pretty lit.
Well, that's what I'm saying about the nursing school, and I mean, didn't work out
played,
for me.
Pat Shand. Well played. Did you ever play doctor?
Oh my god, no. I actually wiped someone up pretty quickly, and didn't work out.
That's so much better than the response I would have made was I played surgeon, which would have made everyone uncomfortable.
It would have. It's true.
Yeah.
It'd be a really invasive surgery, huh?
That's what the poppers were for.
That's right.
I mean, bruh.
All right. So we've got.
Speaking of poppers.
Oh yeah, I was meant to.
No, we're talking about how to build an army. Don't throw that on Dave. Dave doesn't have to explain poppers.
Yeah, I'm not excited. I don't even know how to explain. I didn't know what those were until tonight. So,
well, you're
well
learned
media ever since. Yeah.
Well, can that be part of how to build an army? Because I think it would hurt and help the morale of the troops.
I think that's a good. I could throw it in their MREs or whatever. So how to build an army. It's a 55-page manga. As you can see, it's in black and white other than the cover. It is kind of set in the world of Broken Trident, but kind of across the world. Basically, the main character, Veda, he's literally doing what the title says, trying to build an army after their home was essentially attacked. And another thing we didn't bring up yet tonight was a couple things. There's a Lego minifigure of him, which I'm just going to straight up say I stole that idea from Rob Maltari on his Nightwolf campaign. I love it.
Rob stole it from me. Just so
right on. And so we did it for Janor for Broken Trident. Now we're doing it for this one too. And then also I jumped on the Make 100 bandwagon, and we're doing 100 hardcovers for this as well. So.
Nice.
We hadn't brought that up till now. It's been a fairly popular pledge, so I was kind of surprised. I wasn't sure what to expect out of that, but.
David, who are you printing with? If I can ask publicly, or if not, let's discuss it privately.
Comic Impressions, and then Rich has a third party that he uses for the hardcover.
Okay, cool. I just know there's a bit of a shortage on the availability of hardcovers at the moment, and I have someone who can do a very good rate on them. So.
Oh, right on. Well, I might hit you up for that if needed.
Brian is a fellow anime style artist.
Oh, right on.
So, but yeah. So how to build an army? Make sure we share that out. I'm excited about this book. Make sure you back it.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Who doesn't like a good mango?
Right.
Or mango. Everyone likes mangoes too. Both are equal.
I actually hate mango, but
I do too, actually.
yeah.
I got a whole shelf of manga over here.
Who else we got?
And I don't know if we said tonight too that if Travis or I brought it up, it's a manga, but it's like American manga. It flips the way a normal Western comic would flip. It's not,
Nice.
Whatever you call it.
So Charlie, people like you when you drink.
Apparently, yeah, that even was quantified on Twitter too. So
that's gonna mess up your whole thing. Your whole way of doing things.
I know. I'm gonna have to be drunk constantly, which honestly, whatever.
This feels like my fault.
The art.
It is your fault. Yeah. This book. Hey guys, this book is it's my book. It's obviously, and it's a shitload of fun. It's a nice throwback too in some ways to those wahaha buddy comedies, the classic JLI with Booster Gold and Blue Beetle, which is an influence for sure. And definitely it's a community book, which I mentioned earlier. So that's the best part of this is like for me, it's fantastic because I get to work with a bunch of other cool people and see their take on my characters. We're having a blast. I did do some edits to this collected edition too that I realized, for example, I didn't introduce Trash Panda when he first, so he just shows up and he transforms and people are like, who the hell's this? And I'm like, oh shit, good point. So there's a new caption box for him and there's a few other Edgeford commas and other crap.
Did you get rid of that cherry pie thing that offended me?
No, I kept that in there because it offended you.
Okay, fair enough.
There are 2 full pages now.
Exactly. So, but we had a lot of fun with this, guys, because like during the series, I even did the throwback letters column, which was fun. So we had people throw in letters and stuff. We've done two books of one officially spun off from this already, and we crowdfunded Milestone, which I can't call it Milestone. Well, I can, but whatever.
Well, hold on, Pat's gotta go.
Yeah, dude.
So hold on, Pat. Tell us about it real quick.
Cerulean Dreams, 7 years on Kickstarter, many universes built, 3 of them spotlighted here. Destiny New York, Smoke We See the Future, Afterglow. Destiny New York is a story about a world where magic is a real and commonplace thing. Smoke We See the Future, a seer develops a strain of marijuana that when you smoke it, you see the future. Afterglow, a post-apocalyptic world where the animals have mutated into, in some cases, giant creatures. Our new character here is a giant fox hunter. All 3 full-color stories, first ever single issue. From now on, I'm starting every single year with a small one-shot annual that will kind of play in these worlds and tease stories that will be coming out later in the year on Kickstarter. Beautiful covers, amazing art. If you fuck with Spider Squirrel and you like Ariel Metal's art, he is in this as well. He's doing our Afterglow of Vic story. So boom, boom, bow, bitch. Boom, there we go. What else do I have to say? Beautiful covers, metal cover, virgin covers. Let's go. Sign.
All right. All right. I will see you later, Pat. We all love you. You are one of the best, the OGs, the cream of the creme.
Finish your thought, he says.
That's all I can do.
I will say, I am bummed I have to go, but I want to hear at some point. I want to hear. I feel like we teased 2 really enticing Clay Adams stories. We started out with a story about something legal, and then I can't even fucking know what's going on.
Yeah.
And you know what? I didn't even get to my Why the Last Man story. I almost brought that up too. We got so many tantalizing stories.
But I'll hear these in the future, you guys.
Well,
Smoke
we'll
weed,
invite
see the
Clay
future,
back
Pat.
next week. So we'll see if we can get some of those out of him.
And,
All right,
and
sounds good.
Pat, you didn't hear my Ian McKellen story either, but you know.
This is starting to piss me off, you guys.
Good night, Pat.
Bye.
See you, brother.
Adios.
All right. You got something else you want to say about your book, Shirley? Sorry to cut you off, but Pat.
Oh no, that's fine, dude. Absolutely say about it. No, I was just saying I can't call it Milestone because I didn't name it the Milestone. I ended up changing the title to God Quest featuring Milestone. So I thought I was just commenting on. So some people asked me about that and it was like, did you get in trouble? I was like, no, I just changed the title.
Well, you also used Sticks and Stones, which was a villain in the Venom run of Todd McFarlane. You seem to get away with that, though. Nobody seems to care about that.
Nobody gave a shit about that. No.
If I ever write Spider-Man, those will be two people who I bring back because I liked them.
I thought it was cool.
Just so you can sue Charlie.
Travis, I actually just heard you talk about writing Spider-Man on one of Tyler's podcasts. You were saying if you didn't care if you just got to write the Halloween special or whatever.
I don't care if I have to write the fucking Spidey and Amazing Friends story where he gives ice cream to Gwen Stacy, which would deeply hurt my heart because Gwen Stacy's fucking dead. Like, I'll write it. Just let me.
Saturday morning.
It's awesome.
Spider-Man digs a hole, puts ice cream in it.
You know that uncircumcised dick was for Spider-Man. That was a Spider-Man scene. But I just threw it to Granite State Punk because I'm not sure Marvel's ready.
My neighbor, I used to share a wall with my neighbors, and they worked nights and they'd get home very late and they'd be out smoking weed in the backyard and drinking. And I would listen to their great conversations at 4 a.m. And one of them once said, "You know, when you're on a long drive and you have to Spider-Man." Sorry, I'm this. You don't want the Blazing Blade of Frankenstein over this. And the other one says, "What do you mean?" He says, "You know, like when you're on a long drive and you just like jerk off and cum in your hand, you flick it out the window like Spider-Man." So.
See, that would make me tired. I wouldn't want to do that because I'd fall asleep on the road. All right, Clay. Speaking of falling asleep on the road, how's Frankenstein doing?
That's a tough act to follow. Frankenstein is doing great. We just funded today. We've having a great live stream here. It's been really good. And this is Sword and Sorcery meets Gothic Horror. Frankenstein battles monsters for the fate of a savage land. You know this is authentic because I am a real barbarian, and I too was once dead, and several different people, and just stitched back together. And anyway, just a lot of truth in this book.
Nice. All those seem fair, and if Pat was here, he would have learned all those things. But
I know he's missing it. He's missing out, missing out on everything.
It's making me nervous to leave.
One more, we've got Richard, who like climaxed early in the night and nothing's happened since. I'm very sad. Like, what's happening?
I'm a one and done kind of guy. Not to brag, I'm average in bed. Octopus is my memoirs and unapologetic dirtbag. I have spent the past 6 years doing all ages, family friendly horror books, and it kind of just broke me. And so I'm finally putting out this memoir that I had been told by everyone who represents me or tells me what to do with my career to never release. So it's 144 pages of sex clubs, divorce, a suicide attempt, toxic friendships, moving to Hollywood, meeting a nice man, and my overwhelming fear that I'm going to turn into an octopus at some point. It is an uplifting story of hope and about becoming a better person. And it is my first time on Kickstarter, and it was terrifying. But there's a picture of me eating a hot dog. Also, I have an enamel pin of a bottle of poppers there. So you should get that and wear it so that you can explain to your grandma at Christmas dinner what poppers are.
And that, my friends, is where we need to leave it tonight. Grandmas need to know where poppers is. I, much like some of the other people in the office, learned this all tonight. But I think your grandma needs to know, so make sure you do it. So I'm going to do an outro video. Anybody who has to go, you're more than welcome to go. Anybody who wants to hang out after the curtain call goes away, you're more than welcome to hang out with me. But we are going to do the closing music. Thank you guys for coming out. Back these effing books. I'm going to throw the octopus in the thing and make sure everybody gets it. But we love you. Back comics, support indie comics. Be part of the community. Be good to each other. Try to lift each other up. And if you don't, I'll probably call you out on the internet. All right.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah,
thanks for having us.
Great book.
Thank you.